right. Thank you for your patience, and welcome to session 2 of Dire Rolls.
Yeah!
Thank everyone for being here. We are excited to get this continuing on. So we hope that y'all enjoy. Anyone have big news coming up for any events or anything like that they'd like to mention?
Only got that one. We got, if I can pull it up real quick. So I got the right dates and everything for everybody. We have Anime New Mexico in Lubbock, March 18th through the 20th. Tickets are going fast from what I hear, so I know I'll be there, so y'all should be too.
All right. Anyone else?
No.
All right. Just as a reminder, we do put the VODs up on our YouTube at Dire Rolls every Monday following our live stream. So go ahead and follow us over there. We have links in our Twitch for both our Twitter and our YouTube. So don't be afraid to go over there, say hi. But let's go ahead and hit that intro.
Come in, you losers!
D&D, baby!
Let's
I
go!
could have sworn I left that other D4 here.
Hey guys! Fireball over here! Let's go! Alright guys, rolls are ready! Get to the table!
All right. And we're back.
Just
So-
all those metal dice, you just come out with such authority.
So, as we last left off, our ragtag group of essentially soon to be a team had met up at a bar. And though a bit of a rocky start to get to know each other, either through getting to meet a Karen or having to deal with an angry orc, our party was eventually able to form. After getting everything settled down and meeting with the Adventurers Guild's contact, Astia de Leon, the group was informed that they had to essentially take on a discrete task. They weren't supposed to talk to anyone besides their contact or themselves. With that, after some shenanigans of getting some supplies taken care of, going on a nice date with a goblin, or
forgot.
playing a fun night of Parcheesi,
Slumber party.
Slumber party!
each person and a slumber party, including nail painting.
Yes.
After a night of fun, everyone has woken up in their respective hotel rooms or simple digs, and we start anew with the mission to head towards Drake.
Where did I wake up?
Did you go back with her to her business, or did you go back to the hotel?
I first made sure that she got back home safe, yes, but but I'm not really certain that I went back to the hotel.
Okay, then you
Do you
wake
wanna
up in your
roll
hotel.
for it?
Okay, good.
I was gonna say,
Got it.
I will let you decide on this.
Oh yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna spend the night with her. No.
Alright.
She was a nice
like her.
lady, but no, Rhodes is too much of a gentleman.
You
know,
don't want to
I'm-
sleep with Goblin Edna?
It says less the fact that she is goblin and more the fact that I am Rhodes.
So, each of you would know that before departing or anything, you would need to stop back by to get your respective cloaks that you had ordered. Morning has come. For those of you staying in the Finer Inn Hotel, or the inn, you're essentially able to easily wake up, get food, and head out for the day. For for those of you staying in kind of like a lower end area, so like Linus, as well as the brother of the two Centaur wards, John, you kind of wake up and there might be some stale bread that you can eat for free. But either way, you do fill your belly and you're able to go out for the day. Rope, you as well, since you went back to the hotel room where they went, are able to get a filling breakfast, though they look at you kind of weird as you get back with your 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, possibly 10th plate.
Small portions. They don't know proper portions here.
But
Question: how well did he sleep with all the noise going on in the sleeping slumber party?
How well did I sleep? Or?
Yeah. Was he?
roll me a con save.
I was say I had quite a few drinks in order to get through that date, so
I'll give you advantage because you've had.
I mean I don't really need it. Okay. That was an 18 and a 17 on dice, and
Nice.
my con is +2, so dirty 20.
He slept like a rock. It was.
He was not bothered.
He was not bothered. His door may have been open at some point, but he was not waking up.
I grew up in a monastery full of bovines. We tend to snore.
So, we'll go ahead and we'll start with the smaller group of Linus and John as they wake up essentially back in the original tavern. Can we go now?
Yeah.
I'm glad I can sleep standing up because I don't think your cot could have held both of us.
Yeah, probably not. Yes. Hey, sorry about last night. The guys, they can be a little weird sometimes. But sorry that last night didn't go as well as planned.
At least I'm alive. That's plenty. Can we go?
Yeah. Let's go. And as we go downstairs, I'm gonna take and if Fitz is there, I'm gonna take and be like, hey,
What you want?
and I take and I plop down 9 gold. Last month's rent. Hold my room for me. Don't touch my shit.
Well, I can guarantee you that I'm not gonna rent out your room for this, but I can't guarantee I can stop anyone from going up there.
Yeah, it's fair. Look, just. Alright, that's fair.
I'll holler at him, but not much an 80-year-old man can do.
Alright,
Sounds pretty good for an 80-year-old man.
Mm-hmm.
alright, just. I'll try and keep in touch.
All right.
So, and I just walk, and I'm like, alright, John, let's go. And walk out and meet up with the rest of the group.
John follows suit. Are you heading towards Sheila's or?
I guess I'll take and, like, go past Sheila's on the way to the fancy place where I know they're staying.
So down towards the southern square.
Down towards Southern Square, and then, like, trying to, like, meet up with them, and then we'll go back to Sheila's.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Alright.
Because this is kind of a more busier part of town and people are hustling through. I'll give you advantage because John will be looking.
Yeah, that's cocked.
You'll have advantage on this because John's helping you look.
Ooh, that's good.
Ooh, much better.
That's a lot better.
That is a 22.
22?
Yeah.
Okay. So, as the rest of you have now woken up, kind of the room looking like a mess, but not destroyed. Maybe like how a room looks at the end of a long, like, anime convention. So, clothes maybe strewn everywhere. You have, like, just your bags thrown. Beds. All but the sheets are pretty much off. It's been a fun night. As you've woken up, you've had a chance to have food brought to your room. Some having more food than others brought to the room. What do you do?
I get up and I stretch a bit and start loosening the braids and taking out the flowers. And then I look around at the other two that are accompanying me. So, that was a fun night.
Quite.
It was.
I forgot about Sarah.
Sarah! Thank you for joining us, Sarah. You were quite a delight.
Oh, well, thank you for allowing me in.
Anytime, darling, anytime.
But I think my dad's gonna miss me if I don't head out now.
Fair. We've got to be heading out ourselves, so unfortunately, if our paths ever cross again, do hit me up.
As you're talking, you hear, growing from down the hall, as your door's kind of been left open from people leaving and all that from early in the morning, you hear a heavy thud, thud, like a pretty strong hand is knocking on doors.
Oh, that's my dad. I should probably go.
Have a good night, or a good rest of your day.
Thank you. You take care.
You as well.
And as Sarah leaves, basically from where the top of the door frame is, you see about the same color fur, just a little bit grayer, from basically the collarbone down. As outside the door,
Are you ready, Sarah? Yeah, Dad.
and this head's gonna duck down, where basically the length of it is about the width of the door frame almost.
Thank you for looking after my daughter.
Anytime, sir, anytime.
As he then takes her by the hand and they go walking down the hallway.
They're a sweet family.
I like them.
Yes. Well,
Molly's gonna pipe up, I thought she was an adult.
The size difference begs otherwise.
I guess so.
well,
Still very friendly.
very much so. Very lovely girl. We should probably be heading out, honestly.
Well,
I'm poking my head in their door by the time going, was that the bugbear?
Yes, it was.
apparently a child one. And her dad came by to pick her up.
Oh. Well, Molly, did you have fun at least?
Oh, I had a blast. And she's showing you her hooves that got painted.
Oh,
And
wonderful.
her fingernails.
Well, I believe we should go and find you a brother. Are you all ready to go?
Yes.
I can only
And I'm
imagine how
throwing
much
up
fun he had
He
if we
is
had
all
this
over
much
me.
fun.
Oh, knowing him with guys' nights, I'm sure he had an absolute blast.
Oh, absolutely. I put it up.
I'm sure they were fine.
So,
At this point.
so as conversation is getting caught up as you kind of slept through most of the night, do y'all choose to go ahead and head down, or?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So as y'all are heading down, most of you had gotten cloaks from
Yes.
Sheila. So are you heading that way first, or what's your plan?
It's on the way. We have to go back to the tavern anyway, so might
Yeah,
as well.
might as well head over there now.
Mhm.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me perception checks, one of you, and you'll have advantage.
What's the highest?
You're
Either you can have one person roll with advantage, or I'll take the
Person?
highest out of a group.
I have a +5.
I got a
I
plus.
have a plus
what is
2.
it? Perception.
Yes.
I got a +5 as well. Ashley,
Wait.
you want to?
Wait,
Sure.
what's everyone's perception?
I have a +2.
I have a +8.
Plus
Plus-
8?
plus 8.
You!
Take it.
This is
Take
an
it.
advantage, right?
Yes.
Oh,
Since essentially you'll be getting help.
Thank fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah!
All right. What is it?
8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
12. Okay.
With advantage.
With advantage.
12.
Did you roll a 2 and a 3?
A 3 and a 4.
Or a 3 and a 4?
Oh, that's much better.
All right. So,
That's so
as you're
much
kind of
better.
making your way, you can kind of see that everyone's trying to look around a bit to find the seamstress. As none of you are really locals here.
Yep, that's why.
It's fine.
But you can't seem to remember what the building exactly looks like. You think you might have seen it. You stop at a couple places, but it's not right. At this point, Linus, you would see a group of acquaintances looking a bit lost as you're standing almost near Sheila's business.
Hey, Ro, didn't you take her back home last night?
Yes, I did. I dropped her off back at her home.
Well, do you remember
Where?
where?
To be fair, it was dark, and I may have been more than a little bit intoxicated.
You guys gonna just stand around looking like a bunch of tourists?
I mean, yes, but
Don't you mean more like a bunch of toros? Because he's a bull. You would hear John, because
Yeah.
he was making sure that it was...
Oh, yeah.
And he's tall enough to see over a crowd.
oh yeah, he's the tall, lanky teenager at this point.
Because what's your passive perception?
Pass.
I think it's like
I was going to say, as
It's
long as
not
it's a
low.
13 or higher, you'll more than see him.
Passive perception, yeah, 15.
Yeah, you see him.
15.
But passive perception.
It's about a 16 to see him passively,
Nice.
just because of his height in the crowd.
Mm.
But John being a centaur, even though he's a mule centaur,
What?
Me with the 12 passive.
yeah, so
Yep.
you wouldn't have seen John.
Just like,
Sounds about right.
You would have heard the joke and laughed and been like, who said that? I want to know.
I want to meet this person.
Ah, John, Lions, how was boys' night?
Got this, and you're going to see John pulling out a box game of Parcheesi.
It was not quite up to expectation, but
I
In
lived.
a good way or a bad way?
It
I
reminded,
like the way you said that.
it reminded me
Here's
of
my
the game
ward.
nights for your monastery. A lot
Oh.
of water and basic board games.
Oh, so you had a great time then.
I lived.
Wait, is Parcheesi?
It's Parcheesi.
Parcheesi!
Parcheesi.
Yes, my family and the other members, we used to play this religiously, actually. So yes, great time. So you must have had a wonderful night.
Huh. And he's gonna just put it in the satchel and start walking into Sheila's.
Can I just make a quick insight check for myself?
Go ahead, yeah.
Let's see. I'll just view for myself, just like. 15.
Yeah, you can tell that it was just about as dull of a day as watching paint dry for John.
For John.
Poor John.
Poor John, just.
Poor John.
Angsty teenager.
Whatever.
Dad, you don't understand me at all.
Whatever, you're not my dad.
You know my dad!
Molly
We'll get to that later.
Molly looks at you and goes, well, I guess I better catch up with him, and she's gonna go ahead and walk into the building.
We're all going in there anyways, right?
Yes,
Okay.
Yeah.
we all need to pick up our cloaks, so.
Yeah. They kind of need those.
Yes,
Just a little bit.
just a bit.
So,
I'll just stay in the back of the store.
Just a little bit.
Just near the entrance.
as you enter, again, the fine tones ring as the door opens,
It's always such a pleasant sound.
I love that.
and
That was so relaxing.
this time you do hear the sound of the stool moving again from behind the counter. But this time popping up, it's ears of a goblin, but they're a lot lighter shade of green. You here for the cloaks?
Yes.
Yes, we are, actually.
You actually want to know this one?
Stella get some help?
I mean, since I came back from college, yeah.
Ah, okay. You're a kid, I'm assuming then.
I guess she never talks about me. But I heard that she had fun last night, so I guess that's all that matters. She's still sleeping off a hangover.
She did imbibe quite a bit.
Oh, you're the date.
I don't know how to respond to that.
My mom always did like them bigger. Anyways.
Good night, everybody.
I'm assuming y'all are here to pick up your cloaks?
Yes,
Yes.
actually.
Okay. One moment. And he flips the same board on top of the desk and clicks a button. This time a third inner ring of working gears move and a track comes out. And each of your cloaks have been hung, waiting for you to take them.
Oh, that's very lovely.
I got a note saying that everything's already been paid for,
Yes.
so feel free to inspect them if you want. If there's any damages or anything done with them, we'll be more than happy to make sure they're taken care of. And as you try them on, they are perfect fits. Like, it hits just the right holds on your body to keep from sliding, but not to restrict you.
Hey, lovely. It's been a minute since I had something though. Alright. Real quick question.
This is my favorite place
I mean,
I've ever.
I'm sure that it's just something that it slipped her mind,
Uh-huh.
you know, but like, what's your name, kid? I feel bad for like not knowing Stella's son's name.
Tobias.
Tobias.
Yeah. It's named after my grandpa. And his grandpa. His grandpa after that.
Yeah.
And then his friend.
Well, at least it's you guys family tradition then. It's,
I guess. What?
just
Are we ready to leave, everyone?
I believe so.
I think we're ready.
Hey, real quick, horns.
I'm assuming you mean me.
I don't see anyone else with horns.
he's got a point.
Do me a favor.
Only I figured
Don't break my mama's heart. At least
Oh.
write her a letter.
No, he'll just be breaking it in other ways, and I just take a walk.
Make
Good night,
a
everybody.
dex save.
Alright!
no!
That's fine! Let's do it!
A death save?
A
Dex.
Dex.
Dex
A
save.
dex save.
Just get
If I think this is where it's going, then please let it be the same one.
It is the same one.
Ooh! And I get advantage. Wait, it's because proficiency. So would I get advantage on this?
No.
No. Okay.
Just because you have proficiency doesn't give you.
Alright, so, yeah, that'd be 26.
Damn.
Okay, yeah. You are able to duck as you hear the same rearing noise of small gears moving from a sewing machine. And it slams down next to you as you bolt out the door.
What, mate?
We'll send you the bill!
I'm just laughing outside the door.
Can I be the one that just, as I see them, I see him running, and I just open the door for him?
Yeah.
How dare you? You have sewing machine.
It's fine.
It's fine, and you're gonna see him
This hurts my heart.
wave his hand as the sewing machine has 4 legs that pop out from each side and start climbing back towards
See,
the desk
perfectly fine.
and go back behind it.
Normally I
That is
say
amazing.
marvelous invention, but that just gives me the creepy crawlies.
I went to college for a reason.
Fair enough. MIT, Mechanics Institute of Technology.
No, I couldn't afford that one.
Oh. Tuition, man. Mechanics
Yeah.
State then.
No, not even.
Oh.
Yeah, it was just a local college outside of the city.
Community college. Support local.
Sliced Ed Silvers. Yay!
Yay.
Matter of fact, hold on. And he's gonna, you hear him grab out a couple quick tools and chinker on it. And he goes, was that your friend?
The short one that just ran out?
Yeah.
Acquaintance more at this point.
What's his name?
Linus.
Linus. Hi.
It's
And
Linus. right?
do you speak Goblin?
No.
Do either of you speak Goblin?
I do not.
I don't know. I might.
It's like you have like 8 languages over there.
I know.
Jeez.
Hold on.
I only know 6 languages, sorry.
Only 6.
Nope.
I think I know 2.
I know
3.
5. And Goblin is not one.
If you are outside.
Yeah,
you'll get a
no,
chance.
I was just looking for
I
for
do
insight.
not speak that. I speak
Okay.
everything but that.
So, you hear in Goblin, he says something, and then the sewing machine hops back up onto the counter and starts beelining for the door.
Oh shit!
Well,
What was that?
Oh, you know. Anyways, so, are y'all heading out? And it busts through the door. Like, not breaking the door, but it pushes it open.
I'm still
There's
open.
like a dog
still just-
flap. There's a dog flap for
There's
it.
a dog flap. I'm just gonna open the door again as I watch it. Just
And
Linus, stop it.
what's your AC?
Oh no.
No. 17.
That is one less than an 18.
Okay.
As you have a flamethrower coming towards you, as it sees you haven't left the premises.
Alright.
I like this sewing machine.
Damn.
It's a weaker one, so
No.
it's only 4 damage. Because it's a small automaton.
Okay.
What the
Rude.
bloody hell?
Do you choose to keep moving, or are you going to fight this thing? You can tell it's not moving from its spot. It's just shooting flame at you.
Alright, I'll take and I'll go across the street.
And with that, it skulls back in. It actually stops and looks at Strella and nods forward. Essentially, like, you can tell it's almost like it's saying thank you for holding the door. And scuttles back behind the counter.
That is the cutest thing.
Well, now
I've
that your
ever
friend's
seen.
gone, anything else y'all need from us?
It smells like burning hair in here.
I will like to say that is the cutest thing I've ever seen.
Although
the
your
most-
cloak is perfectly intact, though.
That's the most terrifying fucking thing I've ever
It
seen.
was so cute.
Somebody.
How was that cute?
You have no idea.
Apparently not.
What was that
Somebody just said the legendary sewing
thing?
machine.
Little did you know this is a wondrous item. The
That's
wondrous sewing machine.
terrifying.
I love it. That makes me happy. I really want one in real life now.
No.
Yes?
No.
Yes?
You
So,
would be dangerous with that
if
thing.
you don't need anything else from the shop,
Even more dangerous.
y'all want to head out?
Yes,
Oh,
we're
sure,
heading
sure.
out.
Thank you. Because no offense to you, big guy, but you take up a lot more room than these do.
Fair enough.
And John and Molly have just kind of been sitting in the back watching this thing moving
I'm right
like a
next to
spider.
them.
Yeah. It's like John's keeping an eye on Strella. Molly's been keeping an eye on the sewing machine, just kind of walking around. And
That is amazing. I love
That's
it.
terrifying. All right, let's
Agreed.
fucking
Terrifying.
go.
Let's go. Well, otherwise I'll look around the way.
It's so happy.
So,
It makes us feel happy.
what now?
Today. Today.
How do we get there? We have to cross water.
has he never heard of a boat? As John pipes up.
That's what I'm asking. Are we renting a boat?
Well,
Are we being provided a boat? What's
surely there is a ferry of some sort.
At this point, you would have seen them walking out and starting to discuss this.
Alright, let's head down to the docks.
all right?
We'll follow the local.
Good, more boats.
Not a fan of boats.
You know, there's horses and then there's seahorses.
Fair.
And I am a horse, not a seahorse.
Fair.
Do we know specifically what part of Drake we need to go to?
No,
We was
we were just told Drake.
yeah, this we're taking a trip to Drake. That's all we know. I figure we could take and ask more questions later.
Didn't he mention something that somebody that we needed to check in with?
I mean the only
Did he?
the only person we taken
I mean, I have the scroll if we need to, but if not, I have the phone.
I
Go
think-
ahead and what's the highest passive perception here?
Not me.
No, you said
I
15,
I think you said 18.
I'm 18.
Strella.
18 passive. Okay,
Because I'm 15.
so this would be about a 12 passive. So you for sure see him.
You do too.
I have a
And basically everyone but you're right on the line.
Yeah.
Hit or miss.
Go ahead and just roll me a perception check then, with that being just on the line there.
That's an 18.
18? Okay, yeah. So you just barely make them out. They're taller, so you see them just above the heads as they're walking towards y'all. Lioness.
You forgot your bag.
Oh shit. Alright. Yo, thanks, Eddie.
No problem. What are y'all still doing here?
Just trying. I mean, we know we gotta go.
Goblin slave.
Yeah, we gotta go goblins. And but we don't exactly know where the goblins are, so we're trying to take and figure that out. But you happen to never mind. There we go.
I mean, you can ask him.
Yeah, it's like you haven't happened to see a female lizard folk that's been like coming around the shop looking for me at all?
No, not of late.
All right.
Where are y'all off to?
Going north to over to Drake. So
Oh, have you already chartered a boat?
we're working on it. Gotta get out to the docks, see what's available.
Well, if you would be willing to waive any fees, I actually needed to get some supplies across the sea. It isn't anything pretty, but my brother could watch the shop if you don't mind a rickety boat.
How rickety we talking? Like my level of rickety, or like a normal person's level of rickety?
Should be seaworthy.
That's fine with me.
Well, if it can support him, it can support me and the rest of us.
It can support me and my brother and a lot of stuff.
Well, then that's
yeah.
stable enough, I suppose.
Alright, yeah, let's go.
Perfect.
We'll roll with
What
us.
I've seen the boat they're talking about, like before, just passing.
Not really. You've seen a lot of boats in the dock, but he's taking you to a different area than the normal dock.
Gotcha. Okay.
You were in the commercial district. He's taking you to the private docks.
Well, I already have a couple of my guys loading up the boat. If you want to follow me, we can go now.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Sooner the better from what it sounded like, so.
Alright. Let's head down to the dock.
And his lumbering frame walking through the crowd basically makes it. Yeah, you're used to people giving you this treatment where
Yeah.
they stand right behind you to basically be behind the parting sea of people.
Oh, so this is what it looks like from the back end.
Are you looking at my butt?
I mean, it is a fine example of one.
Well, thank you. I do Pilates.
Pilates and Parcheesi. Huh, I'm very starting to like this Yeti.
Yet, kid.
Yet,
We aren't a savage.
ah, forgive me, my friends. I know how that is. Yet, kid, I will be sure to correct myself.
Many thanks.
He's just gonna keep walking. You do notice as y'all are walking. Am I the bad guy? As y'all are walking through the town, it's starting to get to the even kind of the shadier parts of town that you don't like to walk through. Like these houses are starting to look more run down.
Hold on to your coin horses.
The best reference would be like the shanty towns of the Great Depression is about what you're looking at.
I'm keeping an eye out for Gizri.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a perception check since you're actively looking.
Got it. Okay, so
You get advantage? How do you get advantage?
proficiency.
Oh, I don't know. Proficiency gave you advantage. Oh, okay.
Proficiency typically.
No, proficiency does not give advantage.
You just get your proficiency bonus.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you'll have advantage. It'll have an 8 next to it if you have advantage.
Oh shit. Okay. Oh, then
The
the first roll was.
The reason why you had advantage this last time was John was helping you,
Okay. That makes sense.
but you're the only one who really knows this person in the group.
Yeah, that's right. Not bad, y'all. Okay. So perception. So first roll was a 17, so that'd be a 23.
23? Alright, so. Let me see here. Alright. Y'all are making your way through. just with your normal perceptions, you're a bit unaware. But a few of you, especially you, Strella, you can tell that there's some prying eyes like staring at you as you walk past them. But they tend to make quick eye contact with the Yetkin, who then looks at them and smiles, and they go back to minding their business.
I wouldn't pay too much mind to them. They shouldn't mess with you as long as you're with me. Man, yours pretty boyfriend there's real calm under pressure in these bad parts of town.
I love how everybody just looks at Victoria. We know who the pretty boy is.
It's you're either really brave or can't really see much normally. So perception of danger and bravery, the same thing.
Ignorance is bliss, I guess.
I mean, yeah.
Alright, couple more blocks and we should be there.
Splendid.
If any of you need, you can get your drugs here.
What?
I don't judge.
No, I'm not judging either. I'm just very curious as to what they might have.
Well, they sell fairy dust if you want to see colors you haven't seen in decades or years. They
John,
have,
Molly, cover your ears.
Well, it's not worth it.
I want to taste sound.
You want to taste sound? They do sell wavering things.
I want to
It's
be
a
able
small
to smell
injection
colors.
that you can put into yourself, and man, it'll send you for a trip. I don't recommend it if you're about to be going on a ship.
It's a poison. Also. Is
What
there
about
poison?
being able to smell colors?
You want to smell colors. So,
I mean,
you would
if you
be
can
looking
hear.
you would be looking for gnome farts.
What's something that's just going to make you higher than shit?
Oh, well, they sell weed on the corner.
Oh, really?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Wait, I can't even do any of this. I'm immune to poisons.
Are you saying this
Well,
out
more
loud?
for me
No,
then.
I'm just out of character.
I'm gonna lean over to
Go,
Linus
bro.
and go, gnome farts. Please tell me that is street slang and not the actual item.
You would know gnome farts is essentially being a like a tablet that gets dropped into a liquid that creates a smoke. It's not an actual gnome fart.
Yeah, it's not that. It's
Okay.
something else.
Okay.
I mean, we can get some if you want.
It's popular
No.
among gnomes. That's why it's called gnome farts. It's an inhaling drug that you use from a tablet in liquid.
No, there is no glory to be found in these drugs. No.
All right, like I said, no
It sounds
judging.
fun.
All right.
I was
Just gonna
just
go pull
curious.
John and Molly a little closer on each side as we're walking.
John's kind of resisting, but at the same time, he's like, "Well, I know there's not really any point." Molly just kind of willingly gets next to you while staring at just about anything that looks dangerous.
Kids, roll up your windows.
Which is basically everything.
So, all right, if none of you want to pick anything up while you're here, we can go
Should we?
ahead and get to the boat.
We probably should.
Oh.
If you want to stop, I'm not gonna be
Yeah,
upset.
Linus looks at Rogers like,
I mean, if anything else, it might help, like, later on down the road with somebody we don't like.
if we do not like somebody, we don't have to worry about drugs, my friend.
Here, I thought that you were gonna say violence is never the answer.
No, violence can be the answer to many questions. Only if glory can be found in it, though.
The four of you, minus Linus, roll me a perception check. As you're kind of more like keeping an eye out on your surroundings in this area.
I'm hot tonight.
I will say it's disadvantages that the four of you are kind of arguing on this point.
I'm not even saying
Yeah.
anything. I'm just there.
Well, you have loud people around you.
Yeah.
I've got a 15.
You said what? Perception?
Perception with disadvantage.
Oh, disadvantage.
If you have advantage on perception checks that require hearing, you'll have
It doesn't
you'll just
matter.
have to roll once, but it's a hearing-based perception check.
That is still a dirty 20.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
How do you find if
2 rolls.
Perception?
No, I mean like just
If you're-
specifically hearing.
Oh, it'll tell you if you have advantage next to it and what
Yeah.
advantage you have.
Okay, it's like that.
Kalistars don't have advantage on
Yeah,
hearing.
I was just curious how you could tell if, like,
It'll have an
depending
A
on which
next to it.
senses you're.
Yeah, it'll have an A next to it. You can click on the A, and it'll tell you what it'll give you: sight, hearing, smell. Like Luxodons have advantage on hearing or smell perception checks. So you got a 20,
Dirty 20.
dirty 20, dirty 20.
Yep.
Okay.
15 plus 5.
Okay. Did anyone get higher than a 20?
I got a 15, so no.
Okay.
You got a 5.
Think about all them drugs.
So
Those drugs are clouding
none
your
of
mind,
you,
Victoria.
none of you hear them approaching, but all of you would be a little bit startled as standing next to Linus. You really have some loud friends to be bringing them down here, Linus. As you look over, female, correct? As you see a female lizard folk, kind of leaning on Linus's head. Just,
Rude.
Well, hello.
Yeah, they aren't exactly the place, right?
Well, I mean, you do have one quiet friend, I noticed. Hello, bandages. So,
Rude.
what brings you down here with the Yetkin?
Eh,
Hello.
gotta get on boat. Go hop over with Drake. Probably pop in on Kyle. See what he's up to.
You're getting on a boat with a minotaur.
Yeah.
You are a very ballsy halfling. But I guess that's why we're friends.
Yeah. High stakes, high reward, right?
Have fun with that. But you said you're going to drink?
Yeah.
Well,
Wait, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
he mentioned a friend too.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't know.
Well, maybe I'll see you over there. Just be careful about port.
What's going on over there?
And with that, she shadow steps away.
I hate it when she does that shit. Alright, well.
Well,
She was interesting.
Yeah, no, she's a business acquaintance. I wouldn't go so far as friend, but we've known each other for a long time.
Is it a organized business acquaintance?
Oh, is that a dirty joke?
Not in particularly, actually.
Oh.
So disappointed.
That's very disappointing.
Let's just say we got some business history together, and I just keep walking behind.
That's kind of business.
Wait, is that a dirty joke?
Only if you want it to be, Eddie.
Oh, I don't want anything. Oh, I just don't want any Wandy business going on my boat.
Yeah, she's finding another ride anyway.
I'm going to stop asking.
And with that, he starts lumbering towards the slum docks.
I'm lumbering after him then.
Fine, I suppose we'll just go.
What's the walking order here? So we have Eddie in the front, followed by Rope, followed by.
I'm in the back.
So you're followed in the back.
John and Molly.
John
John and Molly, and directly to the next of him.
Yeah.
I'm taking the very back.
So you're back with Strella.
We're side by side, I guess.
Yeah, only.
I mean, he can be in the same square as you if he wants.
You did.
Now, as
On your
everybody's
shoulders.
like currently on the way, I want to like hit up the very last drug dealer before the port. Okay.
So as y'all are walking, I'm like, where are y'all at?
I'm
it's
like
I'm
right
trying
in
to,
front
slip away.
of Linus and Strella.
Okay, so
And I guess I'm.
you're back with them, or
Well,
just in front
I'm
of them?
in front of them,
Okay.
so I don't know what's going on. I'm just in front of them.
And I'm
You two are whispering to each other about drugs, so you're about next
probably
to each other.
right next to each other.
Just like,
Okay. So as y'all are walking, y'all are basically on the long road. So these are still considered city blocks. They're a little bit bigger than most normal blocks. The two of you, however, yes, the two of you, Victorin and Evangeline, you hear an intrusive voice in your head. So you looking for something? What was that?
did you say something?
Was
As
that you?
your second spirit. No, that wasn't me. I can't pinpoint where it's coming from.
Huh.
So are y'all looking for something or not? These spells don't come cheap.
Maybe. What are you offering?
Whatever you're looking for.
Gnome ports.
Just take a right at the next alley.
Alright.
Don't bring the big guys.
Fine. Okay.
A little too noticeable.
Alright, it's just gonna be the two of us.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Me?
Wait,
Two of
can
you.
we hear each other?
Do what? No,
So
you
this
can't. It's
is
not
like
connecting
to both
y'all.
Of us.
It's
Similar
not
to when
connecting you.
Yeah,
Stella was talking to both of us, but separately.
Yeah.
Oh.
In essence, but
Okay,
you
so
can't
I
hear
didn't-
her thoughts.
Oh, okay. I
She
thought that
can't
we
hear
were
your
okay.
thoughts.
Okay, so that
I'm
same
coming.
thing. All right, we'll be there. Sure.
Hi. Be careful, Evangeline. I do not necessarily trust this kind of riffraff. Just be on your guard.
I'm going to
Walk right.
break off for a bit.
Are you telling the rest of the party that?
No, I'm just telling Evangeline that.
Oh, okay.
Do you need some company?
I think I'll be fine.
Strength in numbers?
True.
Or are you just gonna run off
Yep.
even if I say
Are y'all trying to do it stealthily or?
I don't
I'm
think
an
there's
idiot,
any
so probably not.
Okay. So you see your cleric and bard kind of break off real quick to go down an alley.
Where are they going?
Probably to get drugs.
As Eddie's still lumbering forward.
I'm following Eddie. I'm not sticking around this place.
I'm gonna look at Linus and see why he.
Do you feel anything?
I'm just gonna point.
Oh, you're talking to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing else has tried to get into our head. Just be careful.
I've got my guard up, and I'm watching this idiot.
Just gone over.
When Strella looks at me and just kind of like points everything out, I'm gonna take in like nod in recognition and just like nod my head over and follow.
Yeah.
I
You wanna stealth? You wanna stealth this?
I got 30 feet behind.
You wanna stealth it? Yeah.
Are you gonna follow? So you're following
Yeah.
him?
You wanna stealth it or no?
Are you trying to be stealthy on it, or?
Yeah.
They might have advantage
So the
on
two
that.
of you go ahead and roll me a stealth check, and I'll take the lowest.
Because again, I'm an idiot.
I'm just noticing we got a well-dressed bard and a lady who kind of looks
Louis,
like she grew up in a
Go
noble
ahead and
family
re-roll that. I just
walking
saw
down
it
an
slide
alley.
across the table.
Huh?
Go ahead and re-roll it. It didn't even roll across the table. It just slid.
Much better.
There you go.
Okay.
Well, even I will still call it on that if I see a dice just slide, whether it's low or high.
Okay.
I at least want a good roll for you. That makes
Okay.
fair.
What you got? 23.
Yeah. That's higher. It's mine's 17.
All right.
Not terrible.
Go ahead and, because you are both kind of trying to keep aware of your surroundings, go ahead and roll me perception checks. And we'll take the highest.
What's
Okay,
yours?
what'd you roll?
Okay, I got a 18 total.
18?
Okay. Mine's an 18 too.
Nice.
All right. So, Strella, you are walking with the finesse of a trained killer. Your footsteps are silent. Linus, you accidentally hit a trash can and knock a lid over.
Oh.
You catch it, So most people who weren't actively looking would have probably just thought it was an alley cat. But with that, you catch Victorian's quick attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you do see him kind of holding a trash can.
It's just. So, what are you doing?
Drugs.
Where's that owl?
Yeah, no, just picking up some last minute supplies.
From.
All right. As are we.
Just continue stalking me.
So neither of us noticed Strella.
No, you would, as since it's a more narrow aisle.
Okay.
It's an alleyway. With characters being close enough, the lowest stealth will give the party away, essentially.
Okay.
So, are you going to follow us or?
Yeah, just do your thing.
All right. Okay. Fun. All right.
So as you continue a little bit down the alleyway, you eventually do get stopped by a voice. Well, I guess you didn't bring the big ones.
Technically, no. They kind of followed us.
Well, I guess more customers. As coming around the corner of the alleyway, for the most part, their features are covered by a pretty decent-sized trench coat for a small creature. But a
Catskill.
pronounced, scaly mouth kind of extends past the hood of the cloak. And as he pulls his hood back, the dim light coming through the buildings, you can see a red kobold standing in front of you.
Well, hello there.
Do you say "aw" out loud?
No, it's not a character.
Aww.
Please
not a
don't say
character.
"Aw" to someone who's going to give us drugs.
Alright, so what are you looking for?
That was
What
not
do
a
you got?
character.
Well, I got gnome farts, I have waving things, I have weed. What are you looking for?
Weed.
What's the going rate on some fairy dust?
You looking for some fairy dust?
Ooh, very
I
nice.
mean, how high you looking to get?
Knock somebody on the ass for about 8 hours?
For about 8 hours? You would be probably looking at about 5 gold, depending on the size of the creature. If you're looking at something that's tiny, I'd say like 1 gold.
Yeah. Alright, alright, so let's cut it back to about half that, 4 gold, whatever that gives me.
Okay, that should at least knock a normal-sized person out for at least a couple hours.
Yeah, and then, yeah, fuck it. Give me some, give me about 12
There's about no parts.
gnome farts.
12 tabs, no fuck. I'll give you a bit of a discount since you're buying so many.
Cool.
We'll just call it good at 5 gold.
Alright, sounds good.
Right?
And is
He
it,
puts his hand out.
and
Y'all motherfuckers
He-
need Taros.
He opens up his cloak,
I
like
don't do drugs.
his cloak, and there's no supplies on him, but he pockets the gold. Hey, Jen! And walking around the corner is this broad-chested, just mass of scales, and the first feature you see across his face is a scar that's slashed from basically his right temple down to about his left cheek, as you see a red dragonborn coming around the corner. 12 tabs of gnome farts and about 10 grams of fairy dust.
Well, that explains how a kobold doesn't get mugged.
And he pulls around his bag and sets it on the ground and reaches in and pulls out a small sack that he starts filling up with some of the goods. The fairy dust being in small wrapped bags that he roughly weighs out and then puts on a scale that's attached to the side of his bag and bags it, and then grabs 12 tabs of gnome farts and puts them in their own bag. And
Swiss Army bag.
he puts a little bit of what's kind of a newer invention at this point. The artificers call it silica gel to try and keep as much moisture out of the bag as possible for the gnome farts. And not a single word. He just walks over, hands over the sack since you paid to you, gives you a nod, picks up his bag, puts it back on his shoulders, and walks back behind the corner.
Okay.
So as the kobold speaks up, anything that y'all want?
I'll take what he had.
Alright. That'll be, well, you want the exact amount, or do you want a different number?
A little bit more fairy dust. Like, twice what he had.
So 20 grams. Okay, so that'll be 8 gold for the fairy dust, and 5 for the gnome farts.
Okay.
Cool. Hey Jen, they're not all ordering at once. You hear as a small plume of smoke with minor sparks come flowing out of his mouth as he walks back around the corner, sets down his bag, and just gives you kind of a tired look.
Do you want me to go ahead and say my order as well?
Yeah, probably best not to anger a red dragonborn too much.
Yeah. Probably best.
And he hands you your goods.
Okay.
I'll do about 15 grams of fairy dust and... Is that what you...
So, how many tabs? Wait, what? You wanted 15? Oh, okay. So, we have quite a selection here.
Oh boy, there we go.
Just kind of depends on what you want. We have some that is longer burning. We have some that is more for the finer enthusiasts of life. Are you looking for more flavor or more effect?
There we go.
This session, we're drug dealing.
I
Yeah.
know. Hour into the session and we're going over drugs. Don't do drugs, kids.
PSA, don't do drugs. Unless it's a fantasy game and you're doing them in the game.
Drugs are bad, okay?
You're demonetized immediately.
Mostly effects and for just having fun.
Okay, so you want some fun. So you're looking for some of the copperhead weed.
Sure.
Okay. About how many grams you looking at?
We'll do.
You would know that since you hang around more of the slums, and you would have some minor memories about it.
Is it good? Is it
But
bad?
weed in this universe is named after the different chromatic and metallic dragons.
Okay.
So you would, whenever he says copperhead weed, you would realize that that's more of the someone puffs it, and
Hallucinate?
depending on how much they like smoke at one point, it can put someone under the effects of Tasha's hideous laughter.
So no.
That's wonderful.
But that's if someone like shotguns it real
Yeah.
quick.
So what am I looking at?
Good time, lots of laughter.
Just
That's
take
fun.
it easy on how much you token.
Fair enough. We'll just do a small amount.
Okay, so about 3 grams, enough for a single roll.
We'll do 6 for enough for 2.
Okay. Anything else for you?
That will be it.
Okay. So with that, you're looking at about 15 gold yourself. And what about you, tall and silent?
Drugs has no effects. Sorry.
I'm assuming poisons don't affect you.
Yes.
Give me a second. And with that, he runs around. Jin, watch him for a second. I'm gonna hit the house real quick. And he rounds the corner. You can hear some shuffling going around, like a chest opening and closing. Almost like it's in the alleyway proper. And the kobold comes, not running back, but kind of with purpose, walking back to you. Okay, this is a free sample if you want it. It's called a Wyvern Fang. This isn't a poison, so it's not considered the same as the rest of that. Instead, it's considered magical because of the creature's nature.
Now, normally, if you get hit with the wyvern's tail, it causes a lot of bad things to happen to you. But with its fang, if you process it, it almost has like the effects of an anti-venom for a snake. But it still has magical properties that will help you relax, and you may taste sound.
And I'm just gonna like put my hand up, just slowly, just.
Okay. And as you do, it's a glass cylinder that it's in the shape of a fang. He goes, okay, hold still. And he's gonna prick the tip of your finger with it.
Oh, I'm wearing gloves. I just wanted it.
As soon as the glove comes out, you notice it goes through without an issue.
Oh, okay.
And make me a con save.
Here we go. Don't do drugs, kids.
2.
Alright!
Fun
For a total
times.
of
4.
for a total of 4. Okay.
Yeah.
That's it.
You are used to drugs normally having an effect on you,
Yeah.
but like you can hear, for some reason it's almost like your hearing is heightened. And when it hits you, sound almost starts to have a direct feeling. Almost like how you know your eardrums vibrate so you can actually hear the sound.
Yeah.
It starts to slowly feel like your whole body is becoming an eardrum. And then your body and your muscles start to relax. And then with every noise of a bird chirping or someone hollering in the distance, it's almost like you're getting hit with different flavors. So you get like umami at one point, sour, sweet,
Like
savory.
a regular snake. For once.
There you go.
But it, he did such a low dosage on it that it only lasts for about 5 seconds. I can give you the rest of the vial if you want it for 10 gold.
10. I'll take it.
Thank you. And at this point, his jacket pockets are looking pretty bulging at this point. It's a Cobalt's jacket.
We've set him up for like a month.
He's like, yeah, buddy.
And he hands over the glass vial. It comes on a, basically like a small leather necklace that you can wear it around your neck if you wanted to.
I'll just put it in my bag.
Okay. You know what? Give me a second. Jen. And Jen's gonna look down at him. The special. And Jen's gonna nod his head, picking up his backpack and slinging it back on. He's gonna go back around the corner and come back holding a decent sized sack. I would say about the size of this dice in his hand. Roughly, yeah. Roughly like a dice sack.
Okay.
And he's gonna toss it to Linus, since he was the first one to make a purchase. And the Colt's gonna go, thank you for being such good customers. We appreciate it. Careful where you open that bag. And with that, you and Eddie, as well as the mule twins, have made it to the dock as their excursion has been going on. Well, I guess we'll wait for your friends.
John, Molly,
Yeah? Yeah?
please promise me. I know I'm not your father, but please promise me you'll never do drugs.
John, Molly's gonna look at you and just nod her head. And John's gonna look at you a bit confused and go, no, I'm not gonna do drugs, period.
Good. Wait for it.
Wait for it. I'm gonna sneak drugs.
It's Tiny Tim all over.
It's
again.
Tiny Tim all over again. You don't have to tell us not to do drugs.
I forgot about Tiny.
They had a whole program about it.
That program was bad, and there's a reason that they stopped that program. I know what I said, chat. I know what I said. I dare you to call me wrong on it. See
So-
what I did there?
Eddie's gonna look at you and go, well, that's all ship.
How
And
is
the
this?
ship, as you're
Is it a
looking over,
dinghy?
it's one of the larger ships that's in this slum dock. But you're looking at maybe a boat slightly larger than the average pontoon boat.
Okay.
And it has a floating storage raft behind it that supplies are being loaded on.
Oh. So is there room to sleep, or how long will this trip take exactly?
Well, depending on the weather, it could take anywhere from 3 days to a week.
And is there enough accommodations on board to suffice that trip?
Oh, for certain. You don't know how much my brother eats.
Fair enough.
So we tend to stock extra rations of water and food.
Excellent. That is what I was worried about.
John's gonna pipe up when he says it and goes, "Yay, more water."
Prestidigitation, guys.
Flavor it. Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid.
Donkey piss.
Oh, jeez. Light tinge.
What?
So,
Really bad Mountain Dew.
so after y'all have gotten your drugs, and are y'all
Drugs.
heading out, or is there anything else you want to do
No.
here?
Get this adventure out of the way, please.
It's the bar fight all over again.
It's like an hour into the session, all we've done is buy drugs.
D&D, everybody.
Yeah.
We got our clothes.
Down the rabbit hole. Here we go.
Little too immersive.
That's progress.
No, I think I'll lead them out because, you know,
Made such
I know
progress.
where we're
Yes.
going, roughly.
Yeah, you know where the slum dogs are.
Yeah, so head down there, look for horns.
As y'all are walking down that way, y'all are being accosted a bit more than when you were walking with Eddie and Rolt. You have people coming up to you, like offering to sell you like clearly fake gold trinkets and stuff for an insane amount of money, or small snack food items that you know you could buy cheaper at like a convenience store, and just about everything in between. Occasionally, you do see like a sleeping guard or police officer just standing around, but it doesn't look like they're taking their job too seriously in this area. If y'all want to give me a perception check real quick.
Yeah, I'm just holding. I know this area, so I'm holding on to.
Need a new dice, dude.
Yeah, these dice don't like perception checks.
I guess not.
21.
21?
7.
12.
12? What'd you get? 7?
7.
Woo!
Alright, you're a little more used to these areas, though you don't like going down this far into the slums. But like, you for certain see some of the police brutality that ends up in these areas. You can see cops kind of shaking people down.
Don't make eye contact. Just keep walking.
Did someone get a 13, or what did you get, Louis?
12.
12, okay. You would occasionally see some of the bad things happening in this area. Like, essentially, with a 10 or higher, you can see some of it. But you get an idea why it's not exactly a good idea to stay in this area too late. Yeah, I was about to say, the two of you are blissfully unaware of some of this. You just think it smells bad.
Yeah.
We're just walking along as the song "Walking on Sunshine's" playing in the background.
Yeah. But y'all do eventually make it down to the dock, where you see Eddie and Rolt, along with the mule twins, just kind of waiting for you.
First guys of the night.
Ah, there's the deviants.
I said no judging.
Rude.
Everyone gets their kick somehow.
Yours is glory, apparently.
Yes.
Greetings, everyone. We've returned.
Welcome back. This is the boat.
As he points over to the ship that's just larger than a pontoon with a supply raft behind it.
Hey, good boat, Eddie.
Thanks. I won it in a bet.
Yeah.
Nice.
Parcheesi.
Cheesy.
Parcheesi. As John weakly raises his hand.
Alright, let's get on
He's
with
the
this
one
shit.
that
Let's
game.
go.
All right.
Eddie grabs what to you would seem reasonable, like size board to grab. To everyone else, he basically grabs what would be like a support column piece of wood to set across the planks for everyone to cross.
That should easily hold you, as it holds me and my brother.
There we go.
That's comforting.
All aboard!
As Eddie crosses and gets into his little captain area, which is really just a large seat near a steering wheel. And the rest is just kind of like a bench seating around the sides. With a nice little, slightly tattered from time, but a nice leather covering overhead. So it is covered.
Yay, no illness. Alright.
So, everyone boarding, or?
Yep.
Okay.
We're on board.
All right.
I'm sitting as close to the front of the ship as I can.
Okay.
Seasick?
Nope.
Oh,
Just excited, I'm assuming.
Yeah. I'm king of the world!
All right.
And with that, he's gonna fling the board back onto deck, and it's a heavy thud. Like it was solid oak that he threw. You might have heard one of the boards crack, but it doesn't matter. You're on your way.
It's not our problem. O'clock.
As Eddie pushes a button next to the steering wheel, you hear what sounds to be gurgling at first coming from underneath the boat, as rearing kicks on, and as you start moving out of dock.
Titanic music starts playing.
No.
Sea shanties.
Don't be jinxing
Sea
us.
shanties.
Yeah, Bard, what do you got for a she shanty for us? What?
I can't talk.
Happened too hard.
Yeah, it's okay. We can at least start something. I'll give you the baseline.
All right.
Into the void, all me boys and me girls, to mother's hands we go. We're sailing through the sun till the voyage is done, and then we'll sleeping in the cold
I
below.
didn't bring my notebook, so I don't know my music.
Oh.
I'll get it at break.
Okay.
The stars
We were running late.
below.
That's very pretty bandages.
We're going.
Keep going. I was liking it. I was liking it.
So at this point, you're well past out of the docks as well as the main boating area where ships are entering and exiting. It doesn't seem as active as it would have been for the standard dock, but you do see some pretty shifty folk on some of the other ships as they're coming in. Some of them nothing more than dinghies carrying like a specific box or like a crate. Others you do see some that are slightly larger than the boat you're on. But if you look at it for too long, you do end up eventually making eye contact with someone who just kind of sneers at you back. As you finally make your way out.
I wouldn't pay it too much mind. People don't like to be stared at here.
At the other half? Alright. So, and as we leave the bay, we'll go ahead and take our 15-minute break here, and we'll be right back.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
You can always borrow
We're
some
back.
of these.
alright, so as we left off, we are now out of the bay of Slysted Slum region
On the
and
road.
on our way
On the waves again.
to Drake.
Just
So,
can't wait to get on the
if you
waves
could bring
again.
up the map real quick for us. They're on their way from Slysted, which is in the northwest corner of McCannis, to the port of Rock in Drake, which is the top left island nation. So, with that, we bring it to the ship. Occasionally a wave does come across and it shakes the boat and the supply raft that's connected to it by quite a few tow cables. But for the most part, she seems to be holding up pretty well.
Yes, nice. Been a,
John, I believe you have some parcheesi.
please no more parcheesi.
Oh,
Yeah, we have Parcheesi.
we'll play it later.
I wouldn't recommend it on the boat.
So,
We don't want pieces to fly off.
what town are we in? Or what town did we
We're
dock in?
on the sea.
We're on the
We're
sea.
in the ocean
Oh.
still.
I thought we
Passive
docked.
perception 11.
No, it's about
Sorry.
it's about three days if nothing goes
Okay.
wrong.
So, where will we be docking? Do you know?
We're gonna be docking in the city of Rock.
Oh, good.
Why you say it like that?
There's a bit of history in another town. I'd rather not go into it.
What
Which
do
town?
you
You
mean?
do.
Like, we running from the law already?
Oh,
or
no.
what?
Not that. Not
We're running from
Are
an
you-
X.
Yes.
Okay, which town do we not go to?
Oh, that's my
Scribbles through backstory notes.
Crickbridge, yes. I got it pulled up just as I couldn't pronounce it.
It's almost like I have notes ready.
Yes. Just let's try to avoid Crickbridge if at all possible.
Well, I don't have to go up that way.
Good.
At least not yet.
Good.
So, you do have at least 3 days on the water. Roughly 3 days to a week if something happens. Is there anything that each of your characters would like to do as you pass the time on a boat out in the middle of the ocean?
Weapon maintenance and dice rolling games.
Okay.
He keeps a set of game dice with him.
Learn a new language.
Party. No, it's
Okay.
Parcheesi!
Strella, what are you doing to pass the time?
Honestly, there's not much for me to do. I guess I'll just go take a nap.
So you're going to be napping for most of the time?
Yeah.
Okay. Linus.
I know it's crowded, but like try and if I can, if like the sea's not too choppy, or like the boat's not pitching too hard, I want to take and actually like get up on top of the leather covering if it's sturdy enough,
Okay.
and like meditate up there.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a acrobatics check.
Yay! Acrobatics, because I do that flippy shit.
Same.
Oh, you gonna roll?
Yeah, that's a natural 20.
That is a nat 20.
All right.
And that 20.
We'll come
so-
back to you.
Okay.
So double your score. So what do you get plus what?
Doubling my modifier, that's 34.
34. All right.
He's pretty good at that.
All right.
You have
Victoria.
the same as you have the same.
I'm working on a song.
On a song?
Yes.
Okay. Give me a performance check.
All right. I'm good with those. That's a nat 20.
Oh shit!
All right.
Confirm.
For a total of.
42.
All right.
Wow.
Greatest song.
I love when it's
All right. And then Evangeline.
I
think I
am.
did. Yeah, I did my math right there. 11. So 22. So 42.
I am doing research on mechanical spider. I want to make a mechanical spider at some point.
Okay, so you're trying to look into artificing?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead.
I know I'm not gonna be able to do it in one go.
Didn't really pick up a book on it
But
necessarily.
I grew up in.
Yeah. I would at least give you some base knowledge. Go ahead and make a intelligence check.
I'm trying to at least just draw up a design.
I got you. Okay, so you're trying to draw a design?
Mm.
Okay,
Just
go
draw
ahead
the
and roll me an
design.
intelligence check first.
I'm dumb as a rock.
What'd you roll?
No, that's a dire roll, sir.
That's a
die
die
That's
roll.
a die roll.
roll. So 2 nat 20s
Yeah.
fired by
I'm
nat
dumb
one.
as a rock.
All
Hey
right.
guys, you do know there are other numbers on the dice, right?
Besides 20 and 1.
Yeah.
All right, die
Like that.
roll.
Die roll.
Die
That's a
roll.
9.
That's a
9.
Okay. So, go ahead and pass it back this way. So,
Oh god.
Holy crap.
Do not drop that. You will break a foot.
yeah. So,
That's worse than a D4, I think.
you're trying to come up with an idea on it, but you can't really come up with something to sketch. So
it's there, but not on paper.
well, not even there. Like you're stuck thinking, well, this, that, but I don't really know how that would work. It's essentially you're stuck for
Like
the
when
time
I'm
being.
doing drafting with my sewing.
Except
It'd be like
you're
me
not as
trying to do your
knowledgeable
sewing.
on artifice at this time. So it's one of those things where it's not that you're stuck because you have so many different ideas. It's stuck because of lack of ideas.
And because it's like, okay, I have an idea, but I just don't know how to do it.
Yeah, like you have an end goal, but the process to get it there.
So that's just like a note on a marker board at this point.
Yeah, essentially.
It's like the in SpongeBob.
Okay, so
Ugh.
as you're going out, the first day is kind of calm.
I went to
Uh,
spider at one point.
You reach about the second day, and most of you've gone to sleep as Eddie's kind of taking time, like taking individual naps to make sure everything stays as shipshape as possible. It's roughly about 3 in the morning. Everyone with disadvantage make me a perception check as Eddie is starting to holler at y'all to wake up.
This is
Perceptions for everybody?
Perception for everybody with disadvantage as you are asleep.
there's other numbers than 1.
Did you get another nat 1?
All right.
Yes.
Dire roll.
Dire roll.
Dire roll. Dire roll. Dire roll. Dire roll. Dire roll.
That's a 19.
Hey, all right. All right.
Alright.
So, it's not necessarily that you hear
Leo.
Eddie. You end up waking yourself up by mere happenstance. You go to turn like you're trying to get away from him, but as you're turning and the boat's stirring, you end up whacking your head on one of the support beams for the tarp itself.
Oh,
So,
I guess I'm awake.
that's
And I take damage.
stopped by the d20. Get out of the way.
Move, bitch. Get out the way.
Stay in the box. You take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as the ship rocks and you slam into it, waking yourself up.
Ouch.
I promise.
What is it with you
Anyone
taking full
get
damage?
above a 13? Alright. So, they get plus 2.
Not that one. 11.
Oh.
Okay, so Molly is still sound asleep. John will wake up to the yelling. He got a 21.
Nice.
Who said that they got above a 13? These two.
17.
Okay. What'd you
21.
21. Okay. So, John, Linus, Strella, and Evangeline are all woken up either by the screaming or the boat hitting you. As you wake up, you begin to see the waters are stirring like crazy. Everyone roll me a perception check who is awake.
Okay.
Hey, there you go.
Finally.
3 of my dice are in jail.
Alright.
I don't think the dice are the problem, honey.
You want
Alright,
to try
so-
that again?
For those of you who are awake, what do we get?
27.
27? Alright.
16.
16. This time the perception checks worked out for you.
Yeah.
8.
8. Alright.
And that's with a
John
plus
got a
5. So
15.
now I have 4 in jail.
So,
How many more d20s?
You're gonna have to take it.
You have the.
just because we are still
Sure.
working on our ship piece, this is going to be representing your pontoon.
On the pontoon.
Making waves and crashing waves upon the roof.
There we go.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Eddie.
Hey!
Eddie.
Yay!
Waking up. You are awake. Rose is asleep.
Oh.
So we need a bigger boat.
Gonna need a big
Wake.
boat.
And you are asleep.
Because I'm in the front.
Oh, and then
Don't get stepped on.
I mean,
I'm not saying nothing.
I don't
Were you
get
referring
sure.
to me?
No.
Oh.
She's.
this one is Molly.
Don't get stepped on her, so I'm not saying nothing.
And this one is John. Alrighty. And so, those of you who got above a 13. Oh, yeah. You see
Uh-huh.
3 tendrils approaching out of the water.
Welcome to hentai.
I was gonna say,
Fishy,
Wow.
demonetized.
We already bought
Wake up,
drugs.
everybody! Wake up!
We already bought
And
drugs.
at this point, the 4, including John, who woke up to the yelling, all of them but Evangeline are able to see the tendrils reaching out from the water. Alright.
Alright.
Go.
And with this, I'm going to need initiative.
Alrighty, let's go.
including those of us who are still asleep.
Those of you who are asleep will be put at the bottom, and you'll be basically fighting with advantage or with initiative to see who goes before who.
Gotcha.
So roll or no?
Go ahead and roll.
Okay. Cameron, go ahead and roll.
Okay.
Okay, no, then.
Plus 4, that's 17. Let's go.
Let's go! Let's go!
No, it's using 3 tentacles.
That was my first decent roll of the night.
Hey, let's go though.
Let's go!
Double digits!
Let's go!
Double digits. Let's go though.
He's good.
I can't see it.
See, you just gotta use these dice apparently.
Mine are all
Why did you pass that on to them? Because I ain't saying that loud enough for the mics to pick up.
You can tell that yourself, you paladin.
No, that was Cameron saying it.
Alright, we'll go ahead and start left to right. Roll. What did you get?
11.
Ooh.
11. You'll be essentially fighting with Victorin and Molly for initiative order.
Yeah.
Okay, then we'll go with Strella.
17.
Alright, we'll go with Linus.
16.
16. Victorin.
17.
Alright, and then Evangeline.
I finally got a decent roll and got a 15.
Hey, there you
Yeah.
Hey.
It's finally in the double digits.
Baby steps.
After 2 nat 1s in a row?
Baby
go.
steps.
Alright. Alright, so.
Baby
We're stuck
steps.
with people who are awake.
Oh, I don't
To be
think
fair, I
those are
did roll
baby
2
steps.
nat
I think
1.
those are fetus steps.
I'm pretty sure. I rolled a nat 1 the first session.
You have a higher dex than Eddie, I know that.
You didn't
You
roll
rolled-
2 nat 1s in a row?
He rolled 2 nat 1s period
3.
though the first session.
Yeah.
In a row?
Not in a row, but he did roll them.
2 nat 1s, yeah.
Hey, now I have the dire rolls.
Alright.
Oh, hopefully we're not in dire straits just yet.
Yeah, right?
We should have a counter to see who had the most dire rolls.
We should. That should be a thing that we need to do.
I keep
I'll work
track
on
of
getting
tied.
that put up.
I get the.
All right. So
Dire
first
Wolves
off in
compilation.
this initiative, Strella,
So, I see flea tentacles just.
and this is considered rough terrain area, so your movement is halved if it affects you.
So I can see all three of them.
Yes.
Okay.
With your perception check, you can see all three of them.
I'm gonna turn around.
Turn around.
And I'm just gonna form a curved dagger from like I think it's lavender colored. Like,
Ooh.
Okay.
lavender, I'm gonna chuck it at it.
At this one here.
Yeah, that.
Okay. Roll me an attack.
Hey, our first. Well, it's not our first attack actually.
Yeah.
Chunky.
Chuck it.
You got this.
Do it. That's a 9 plus. Where is my second? Plus 7. That's 16.
16. All right. Go ahead and roll damage.
Nice.
That is a d6.
Ooh. Max damage.
D6 plus what? First roll is 10 damage in that one. Bonus
Nice.
action. I'm gonna cast another one.
Okay. Roll the hit.
That's yeah, that's a dirty 20.
That'll hit.
Yeah.
Roll that bean footage.
Is it a D4 this time?
Give us a d4 this time.
Oh, okay.
2 plus what? That's 6 damage.
So 16 damage to that too.
Nice.
All right.
Nice.
Six,
Nice.
yeah, that's 16 psychic damage.
Psychic damage? Oh, snap.
Yeah, buddy.
All right. Alrighty, next up. Anything else before we move on?
Nope, that's it.
Lioness, you're up.
Alright, is this one like close enough to the boat where I can hit it with a quarterstaff?
No. I would
Why?
say it's about 10 feet out.
About 10 feet out. Okay. What about this one? That thing over here.
That one will be right up on the boat.
Alright, so I'm gonna use my movement because I'm small. I'm gonna take and get between Angela. Can I get it between Angela and the?
You would need to get up on the side
Okay.
because she's still in her seat.
Okay.
Me?
Yeah, I'll think I'll do that. Can I?
Okay, give me an acrobatics check.
Okay, acrobatics.
Don't
Hey, get that
step
nat
on
20
me.
again.
And it's rough terrain, so it's with disadvantage.
Ooh. Okay then.
As the storm is whipping up around you.
Shit.
That's a 11.
An 11.
Yeah.
Does he
All
step
right.
on me?
So, as you slip, I
Uh-huh.
will give you a athletics check to hold on.
Athletics check to hold on. Okay.
As I'm saying this, can I make a deck save to catch him?
Good.
If
Yeah,
you had
it's
woken
cocked.
up with a yell, yes. But since you were abruptly woken up by hitting your head on
Is your dice
Feel
roll
close.
supposed to be elevated like that?
then
I
it's
still
one of those
feel
things. You'd
down.
still be kind of groggy. You'll see the effects when it gets to your turn.
Alright.
Oh, that's worse. Okay. That's
No, don't do
Six.
anything, my
A 6.
Yeah.
All right, Lioness is now in the water.
Oh.
Shit. Ah!
Can you swim?
Wait, the hands.
The hands.
Our hands.
Cursed.
Yeet.
All right, you are now in the waters.
Okay. All right.
Swim next to it.
I'm gonna take. And how
You don't have a bonus action anymore, and your movement's gone.
my movement's done. All right then. The action. Throw me a line.
Okay, so you're gonna holler out.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Throw me a line.
Go ahead and roll me a d20 and add your proficiency as you're yelling out to the people on the ship during a storm.
That's not 20.
That is
Jeez.
All right, so
Jesus Christ.
24
20
or 26
26.
plus 3 proficiency.
Yeah.
plus 3.
Yeah, so 26.
Yeah.
With that, anyone who's still asleep, I will give you another chance to roll me a perception check. As everyone on that ship can hear you.
Yep.
Yeah.
24.
24 with disadvantage
Oh, with disadvantage.
as you are
Okay.
asleep.
Wasted a nat 20.
What is it?
It's
I-
19 and 20. That's what
Yeah.
I rolled.
Hey, that's still good.
Yep.
All right, so total
Total 24.
24. Yep, you hear Lioness' voice. You are still asleep.
Help! First roll was a 17.
And Molly will wake up. So on your turn, you will be able to stand up.
Okay.
He does.
So, with that, we are now looking at Eddie, who is using his entire turn to keep this boat straight.
As you should.
Next up, we have Evangeline. As you are waking up, because of the quick concussive force as you are waking up, you can either take an action or a movement, but not both.
I'm gonna do Toll the Dead in the direction of that tentacle.
Okay, so while you're
Closest to
sitting
me?
in your seat, you're just going, eh.
Fuck your shit.
Okay,
Yes.
what does your Toll the Dead look like? How does it sound?
We're gonna do, like a clock tower.
Clock tower, okay. Okay, Victorin, as you're the only one still asleep, I will allow that to give you another chance. So
Cool.
Wisdom saving throw.
With
Alright,
disadvantage?
with disadvantage because you're still asleep.
Come on.
If someone takes their action to wake you up, you'll be woken up.
7.
So anyways, that is going to be a total of 19.
Okay, yeah, passed.
Okay, is it a damage or pass, or is it half damage or anything
Yeah,
like
it's
that?
to beat a 16, so.
Okay.
Hold on.
But is
If
it?
I'm reading that right.
Hold on.
But does it take damage if it, or does it still?
Yeah,
take
it takes damage if it fits.
Okay, but does it take half damage if it passes?
If the target is missing any of its hit points,
It takes 1d12.
1d12. It doesn't say.
Okay, so it's a pass or fail.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pass or
Pass or
fail.
fail.
Okay. Alright.
Hey,
you
if
do still
nobody's
have a-
up yet, then they will be now.
No.
No.
Nope.
You do still have a bonus action if there's anything you want to do on there.
I can't do anything.
Okay. You have a free action, anything you want to do?
Maybe
Wake up!
Yeah.
Just
Wake up!
Victorin!
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a flat d20 with proficiency. Not
Me?
you, Victorin. Evangeline.
Damn it.
You're having to yell above a storm and swirling waters.
Victorin!
Wake up!
why
That's
would you?
a 16 and proficiency. I think
So
I'm gonna have
19?
a
Plus 3.
one.
So 19. Alright. Yeah.
Oh,
We'll
so
give you
19.
another chance. So
Wake
roll to
your
wake up.
ass up!
Disadvantage.
Okay.
Come on.
12.
12. You're starting to stir, but not quite there.
Who's
Gosh,
missing
damn
enough
it,
here
Victorin.
to sleep?
Alright. Next up, we have John, who he notices that you're awake, so that was his main thing.
Wait, you're awake now, right?
I'm awake.
On his turn, he'll be able to stand up.
Oh,
Yeah.
He'll have to use some of his movement. The Eddie's yell to wake up would have gotten you to be able to stand up before combat.
Yep.
Alright, so he is going to make a quick perception check as he's panically looking around the boat. That is cocked. Okay, yeah, and he can tell that everyone's starting to wake up except for the pretty boy at the front of the ship. So
I tried, guys.
he's going to
Several people have
take
tried.
his movement and
Do
kind
you,
of
you need some help, or you got it?
I'm a hard sleeper,
look
apparently.
at that. Look at that.
Look
Okay.
at that.
And he's
How
going
she's
to
staying
run up.
alive?
He's gonna run up over
Stay
past
alive.
Victorin and use his turn to grab him by the shoulders and go, "Wake up!"
At least you're standing
And with
up
that,
now.
you'll wake up.
Cool. What the
It wasn't
fuck?
enough to lift him up out of his chair.
Oh.
It's still just, wake up!
3.
What the
Wake up,
fuck?
pretty boy!
Tentacles! And
Giggity.
go ahead and give me a perception check real quick. It'll be a free perception
Got
check
it.
with advantage
With
as
advantage.
John is pointing them out.
Thank God for advantage. Yeah, that's a 21.
So on the second roll, since the advantage roll tends to be whoever's helping you, you're kind of groggily looking around, and John will literally just grab you by both cheeks of your face and just go, "Look!"
Look, Morty, look! Look, Morty!
Holy
And so now you can you see the largest of the 3 tentacles as well as the other 2 that are
Kinky
swirling
hug!
about. Do something! And that will be John's
Okay.
Maybe he should have told the bar to do something with the tentacles.
All right. So
Thank you.
Nice.
this one is going to move towards the one in the water,
I broke the bar.
and there's going to be a grapple
glasses
check.
have
So I will need you to make a check with disadvantage since you do not have a swim speed.
Lovely.
You need to level your thing out before you roll.
Do what?
You didn't want to level out, or you gonna give that silence. Okay.
And you said disadvantage?
Yes,
Okay.
because you do not have a swim speed while you're in the water.
So yeah, an 8.
Hey, okay, so you are now fully wrapped up by that tentacle.
Okay.
And this one is going to make a slam attack on the boat with forward
How close
and
is
use
he then?
10 feet. He is now right up against the boat. So if you're on the edge near the bench, 5 feet,
So right next to the rock?
yes.
Okay.
And he's going to slam across the
Perfect.
back.
Okay.
Not perfect.
Perfect. No.
As you are awake, but you're still on your back, you will get a chance to make a dex save, but with disadvantage.
Oh, fuck me.
It would have been an automatic hit for crit damage if you were still asleep.
Oh, okay then, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so dex save, you said?
Yes, and Evangeline was still back here. So dex save for you, Evangeline.
Okay. That's gone.
Disadvantage?
No, as you are standing. Oh, no. That's right, you couldn't get up. So disadvantage because you're still on the bench.
Because these two are the only two that like me, and they're from the borrow jar.
With disadvantage?
Yes.
Yes.
I needed the dire roll.
Dire?
Go ahead and roll it one more time just to see what you get for the second roll.
Okay, that's a 30.
But it's disadvantage. Dire roll. Dire
Well, I
roll.
already rolled 2. I had a 16
That's
and
alright.
a 1.
That's a dire roll.
Dire
roll. Dire roll. Dire roll. Dire roll. Oh.
That was almost an
I
20.
know.
So,
Spooky.
you won't take the double damage from the fail. It'll just count as a normal fail.
Okay.
And what'd
I'll
you get
get
roll?
in mine.
An 8?
An 8. Alright. So that will be a fail from both. If the dice would have stayed in the dice box. Are you too good for your home?
Yes.
Yes.
Alright. Alright, so that is going to be 19 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh,
For both of us?
Yes, as it slams down on the back of the boat.
Ow.
Eddie, you're going to hear him going, "What's going on back there?" As he's trying to keep the boat from essentially going under. As the boat itself will take 24 points of damage.
Shit.
I don't think I can fix that. I think
Actually,
so.
I'll take that back. It is a building, technically, so it takes 48 points of damage, as it's a structure. Oof. Krakens are siege creatures.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Alright, so, with that, the third tentacle is going to try and hold the boat.
Yep.
So it will be a strength check contesting Eddie's piloting. Okay, Eddie's turn. His background. And Eddie is just barely able to wrestle the grip back into the boat's favor. So y'all are still going along, but the tentacles are still following. Alright. I don't want to panic anyone, but could we please take care of these?
Working on it. Working on it. Without even yelling. Working on it.
Then work on it faster.
One of us is in the water. I'm pretty sure I saw him go down.
Yeah, no, because you were focusing that tentacle.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, probably.
The only one who would have noticed would have been Evangeline, but he yelled really loud, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
everyone kind of knows he's off to the side.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, the tentacles are connected to the same thing moving alongside. You are starting to notice yourself going under the water.
Oh, great.
That is the 3 tentacles' turn. Alright, so next up is Molly, who she is going to get up and just kind of get closer to Eddie.
Good girl.
Then it is Victorian's turn as you are been shaken awake. So
Picking
you're
up.
using half your movement to
Yes.
get up and steady your feet.
Okay, so no Linus is overboard.
No, as you didn't wake up to that.
Cool. So I'm going to roll a perception check to see if I can.
See who was all still on the
Yeah,
ship.
see
Okay.
who's here. That's an at 20.
All right. Yeah, you can see that there's one person missing, and it looks like one of the tentacles currently is holding someone.
Alright, I'm going to use.
And considering it's a little bit obscured, you'd figure a bigger thing would be seen, and there's only one small creature on the ship.
Gotcha. I am going to cast Enhance Ability on my good friend Linus now. Cast Grace.
Okay. What does it look like?
So, as I pull my lute out, I strum a note. A cat's paw comes up and like hits Linus. It's like a spectral kind of paw.
Ooh.
Just slaps him across the head.
What's its range? Is it-
60 feet.
Okay, or anyone that can hear you?
Yes.
Okay. So they have to be able to hear it for the component to go off?
Hold on.
Or is it just
Oh,
anyone
no.
you can see?
I can't
What
do
is it?
that.
Why?
It's a touch.
Oh, it's a touch. Okay. So
Okay.
what's Victorian doing?
Okay, so we're not doing that. First off, I guess I'll do some sort of damage to it.
Which one are you looking to do damage to?
The one that's like right here. Yeah, so that kind of just threw me off. So we're going to just cast Vicious Mockery on it.
Vicious Mockery?
Yes.
Alright. Give me an intelligence check.
Intelligence, alright.
It'll be your free action. Give me an intelligence check.
That's a 9.
Go ahead and cast Vicious Mockery.
Okay, it's a cantrip, so it's fine.
Give me a perception check.
That's a 14.
Doesn't look like it did anything to the tentacle.
Cool. So then, I am going to use my bonus action. Actually, get off. Bonus action. Bardic Inspiration to Linus.
Ooh. Okay.
Alright.
That way you can.
And Bardic Inspiration is anyone who can hear you, correct?
Yes.
Give me a performance check as you're in the middle of a roaring ocean.
Okay.
Is that a dire roll?
There, roll.
Dire roll! Dire roll! Dire roll! Dire roll! Dire roll! Dire roll!
2.
So close.
As you go to play, while John, who's right next to you, can hear you,
Mm-hmm.
the sounds of the crashing waves and just the sound of the storm whipping around you deafens you. Eddie can barely hear you.
Okay.
Alright. Anything else? Because that was your action, bonus, and free.
Yeah, and my movement.
And
was
well,
half.
you have half. You've only used half your movement if you want to move.
Yeah, I'll use the rest of my movement to try and get closer.
To
Like over here, like closer to where I've seen Linus.
okay. So 5, 10, 15 will put you
Yeah.
right next to Molly.
Cool.
All right. Okay. Next up, since everyone is awake, we have Rote.
Yep. Standing up, using half my movement speed.
Okay.
And this thing's right against the boat, right?
Yep.
Cool. I'm pulling out my two-handed greatsword and I am swiping at the son of a bitch.
Roll that sweet bean footage.
Which will be that plus. Okay. That's an 11.
An 11.
Yep.
That will not hit. As you go to swing, and the tentacle just curves out of the way of your blade.
Okay. Second attack, same thing. Much better.
Not better.
How about a 22?
That will hit. Roll that
Awesome.
damage.
Cool, and using my special 2-weapon fighting to reroll that one.
Go for it.
Much better, so 14 damage.
14. All right. So, as you swing with the first.
Oh, but
and the
wait,
tentacle
I'm not
moves.
done yet. Bonus action, smite, second
All right.
There you go. I was about to
It
say.
moves out of the way, and as it looks like it's about to whip back towards you in retaliation, you meet it with the blade of your axe as it swings through and hitting with. What does your smite look like?
It looks just like a red energy, and as it hits, you hear just a bull's roar of coming through. I can't do a bull roar. Don't make fun of me, chat.
So, okay, as it comes slamming through with the sound of a raging bull, you see that blade cutting through like butter.
Beautiful.
As this tentacle is then sliced in twain as the heavy top half slams into the water's depths and the tentacle is withdrawn underneath.
Oh,
the
so
water.
did I waste a smite spell then?
Nah.
The base damage was enough to cut it.
Fuck. Oh well.
But, hey, better safe than sorry.
Yeah.
It just smites.
It is a smite. Linus, are you next to the tentacle?
Just
He is
see-
wrapped in the
I'm just gonna see
tentacle.
just how much extra
That's
damage
right.
I did. And you come out.
Considering
So-
it's all
so
just
11
one
more
thing,
Yeah, 11 more damage.
wouldn't it
Yeah,
do
it's-
damage to the entire creature?
You don't know that. So,
And
So
then,
it's a kraken.
and then free
We
action.
don't know that.
Somebody throw a line to Linus! Because I did. I was
Working on it.
Yeah, because I heard you when you yelled, so I can do that.
alright, so after that, we then go back up to top of turn order with Strella.
So I can see Linus just.
Yeah, you can at least see him.
He's getting squeezed.
You can see the tentacles squeezing around him. Yeah.
Oh no.
Well, he is 5 feet up with it, so I'm gonna go ahead and attack the tentacle.
Alright, go ahead and roll that attack.
Do you need to move your character or anything to get closer? Or, no,
Nope.
you're doing range attacks. You're
Yep,
fine.
he has a 60 feet range.
Okay.
5, 10, 20, yeah, 25 feet from you.
13?
13? That will not hit.
Okay. Okay, bonus action.
Alright.
I'm gonna try again.
That's
Yeah,
gonna hit,
good.
yeah. Go ahead and roll that
That'll
damage.
do it.
So 1d4 plus 4, 6, and then sneak attack. 3d6.
Wait, sneak attack. Do you have advantage on that attack?
Nope, he's right next to it.
He is
Oh.
currently bound.
Oh, but
It is not giving you any advantage.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
okay.
they just have to be right next to the creature.
He is not in control of his own actions currently.
No, they just have to be right next to it.
Yes, sneak attack requires being right next to the creature. However, he is not a willing ally at this point, as he is completely
Oh.
It's
turtle.
kind of like he's prone or unconscious. Is kind of what effect is.
Oh,
He's currently held by a huge creature, so it still has its own movements it can do without.
okay,
him
so
hindering it.
that's just 2 damage. No, wait, that's 6 damage then.
6 damage. All right, that's hey, damage is damage.
Mm-hmm.
All right, anything else?
Nope.
All right. Next up is Linus. You are currently in a complete grapple right now. It has a hole.
Okay, so I can't move, can't do anything.
You can contest the grapple.
All I can do is contest the grapple. Okay, then let's just try. That's just base strength mine.
Remember, as a monk, you can use your dex in place of a strength check.
That's right.
So essentially, you can finesse your way out of a grapple.
Okay, so base dex mine. 19?
That beats a 12.
Yeah!
So you're able
Get the
to
fuck off me!
squeeze out of this tentacle, essentially giving you the biggest hug you've ever received in your life.
Ew.
And I will.
Ew.
If you want to use your bonus action, I will let you do a acrobatics check to see if you can push off back onto the
I will
boat.
do that.
That, or you can keep your bonus action and land in the water.
Oh, fuck no, I'm going back on the boat.
Okay. Then get on that boat.
Alright.
Acrobatics.
Acrobatics, got it.
I saw
Yeah.
it teasing that too.
Yeah! Teasing that too.
Anyways,
25.
you are able to jump back onto the boat. That will take your
Alright.
movement, but you do get onto the
That's
boat.
fine.
Worth.
So you jump right in front of Evangeline there. All
Fancy
right.
a swim, Linus?
No!
Get it.
All right. Next up is going to be Eddie, who is going to do a piloting check to try and get some distance. Oh, no, wait. I forgot. Move back there. I really hate that I didn't give NPCs a die roll.
Oh no.
It's okay. So it's with advantage. So the one was his lowest. So
Of course I would hope
he's getting it moved, but it doesn't seem like it's able to fight the waves fast enough to get any distance from the tentacles. All right.
Okay.
That was his full turn. So then next we're looking at Evangeline.
Guiding bolt.
Which one?
Level.
Well, no.
No,
The one that's
no,
5
it's-
feet from you, or the one that's about 5, 10, 15, 25 from you?
If you do the one that's 5 feet, is that gonna be a disadvantage?
If it's range.
Well, it has a
We'll
range
find
of
out.
120 feet.
It's a spell, so it doesn't. Is it a range spell attack or a range touch?
Just a range spell.
Okay. Then it does follow the same range rules. So it will be with disadvantage with it being within 5
So
feet.
I'm gonna go for the further one then.
Okay.
That's a nat
20.
20.
So, with a nat 20, go ahead and you'll do your max damage as normal, and then you'll roll an additional dice.
Well, that's 4d6.
So that's 24 damage, and then you roll 1 more d6, is what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
So 5d6.
No, just roll 1d6 and add it to 24.
So 27.
Well, hold on. How many dice do you roll normally?
4.
4.
So
Yeah,
Four
4.
D6.
So you'll do the automatic max,
So
and then
24.
you'll roll
24.
the same dice you would normally.
So
Oh,
Yeah.
so she rolls.
4
Okay.
more d6.
Oh, okay, I misunderstood.
Nope, it's all right. She's essentially getting to do 2 attacks in a single turn.
Nice.
Damn! It hurts.
It is going to.
It hurt me. I heard it. That's the way it works.
And you're starting off with a base of 24 damage, right?
24 damage
Okay.
already. And we have 5, 6, 8, 11. On top of that, so
35.
35.
All right.
And that was guiding bolts.
Guiding
Yeah.
bolt.
First
As you
level.
hit guiding,
First
as you hit it
level.
with guiding bolt, you slam together. What does your guiding bolt look like?
It looks like a dark shadow with a gray aura around it. Just
Okay, just extends from your hands.
yes.
So as essentially this living shadow extends from your hands. It envelops this tentacle that looks like it's trying to writhe out of it, but it looks like it's getting enveloped. And with almost, if it wasn't for the rain, you would notice the mist as it gets squeezed and immediately separated from whatever's underneath it.
Ooh.
You gave it a hug.
As the remaining stump retreats back into the water. All right, and that was your action. But you do notice, because with Guiding Bolt's effect, when
Radiant
you hit
damage.
it, well, when you hit it, it gives advantage for other creatures, right? On a normal target.
It's like the next attack.
Yes.
Yeah.
Until the end of his turn.
So,
For the until the end of my next turn.
okay.
Yeah, and the next attack it rolled against the target before the end of your next turn has advantage.
Okay. So just the next
Wait,
attack.
oh, just next attack?
So
Okay.
with this, normally you're used to it with being one thing. It just hitting it and keeping it kind of lit with that dim black shadow. But it's strange. You can tell that, or you can assume that this must be connected into one thing, as the shadow creeps up to the next tendril itself.
Oh, so this one's lit up now.
Yep.
Ooh.
All right. Anything else? You still have your bonus action, free action, movement.
Can't really do much for my bonus action. But I'm gonna get a little bit of distance from that
A little bit of distance. Okay.
But I'm gonna back away from it while facing it, so no disadvantage. No opportunity of attack.
it still gets
It's
opportunity
gets
attack.
opportunities. You're moving away from it willingly, so.
I would move.
Fine, I'll stay.
Okay.
Don't be tentacle.
So you can stay. All right.
Wait,
So
that's not a good thing to say.
next
That
up
can
we
get
have
me.
John, who is like, that's on the opposite side of the boat from me. I'm gonna stay here.
That's not my
And that will
problem.
end his turn.
Fuck that.
All right. So this remaining tendril is going to dip into the water and then realign here. Hit for 20, so 5, 10, 15, 20. All right, I need a dex save from Evangeline, Linus, and Victorin.
Save.
18.
23.
10.
All right, so the two of you will take half damage, as Victorin will take full.
And I was the farthest one away from it!
And then smack.
You have the most inertia coming down on you.
You just be like this.
Okay, minimal damage on you though. It's 4 damage. So you'll take 2, and Victorin takes 4. And then damage to the boat.
Oh.
Yikes. Yikes.
So 26 damage to the boat.
Oh.
Y'all can start to tell there's water coming up from different sides at this point.
No.
Fuck.
And with that amount of
It's still
damage,
lit up in a
Eddie
great
will have
fog.
to take another piloting, which he will get a 24 on. So
Nice.
he's able to keep her upright. Alright, so with that, we go to Molly, who just had a tendril slammed straight next to her, so she is going to move as much as she can. And be up by her brother in front of Eddie.
Smart girl.
Alright. Next up, we have Victorin.
Okay,
You have advantage.
I am going to cast Shatter
Ooh.
Okay.
on the motherfucker.
Does Shatter discern friend or foe?
It's a point that I choose. So I
Okay.
can point it like here.
Good.
and-
Because I was going to say Shatter will affect the boat.
yes,
Horribly.
yes.
Horribly.
That's why I'm putting it here.
Just behind it. Alright. And what's the save?
It is a con save for 16.
Con save is
Now,
16.
before you roll, so since it's lit up and everything, the
It's-
guiding bolt doesn't affect it, right? It's just a straight. It doesn't have.
Since it's not an attack that she had, or that Victorin, has to physically hit with,
Gotcha.
it's just a save.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's not an attacking hit, so the advantage will still be there for the next person.
Gotcha. Okay.
And that is going to be a 10, so it will fail.
Nice.
Shut up!
Was not expecting that. Okay.
That's the shatter.
Yeah.
Yep. And then the one
What's
more.
the components to cast it?
D8, you said?
Yes.
You said shatter?
Is it vocal?
It is vocal, somatic, and material.
Give me a performance to get it over the ocean.
Okay.
Oh.
It's alright. We'll still keep the rolls.
That's an 18.
Yep, you'll get over the ocean.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll that damage.
Ho! Alright, that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That was a very low thing.
10 damage?
Yes.
Alrighty. It's looking kind of nicked up.
Yay.
So,
who
your
goes
words
by?
when they boom with this shatter, is it, does it create like needle-like percussion, or
Yes.
what is it, what's the form take?
So, so as I strum my lute again, and as I do that and cast the shatter, it basically is like almost like needles going to it, essentially.
Okay. So, you strum your lute as almost a physical form of music slams out to the point that you hit, and it bursts forth almost like a fragmentation grenade of needles
Spicy
in that area.
Yes.
Spicy music.
Yes.
So, with that, it looks kind of cut up from everything. Anything else?
Rote goes right after me, correct?
Correct.
Cool. I'm going to inspire Rote.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me a performance check.
Ha ta 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 ta. Ha! That's a 16.
Still able to get over the ocean.
Cool.
You're good.
Which one are you?
Are you
All right.
pulling out some inspiration for me?
Yes.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, we'll do the first one.
Alright, let's hit it.
Ain't no paladin can't stand next to you. Ain't no paladin on the plane does what you do. You got soul, you got class, you got smites with your bad acts. Ain't no paladin, it's true. Ain't no paladin like you.
Hey, let's do it. Let's go.
Go!
For glory, my friends. My turn.
Your turn, roll.
Turns.
If I get right here, I can reach your
Mine.
mind.
Correct.
Oh yeah, here we go. Batter up. First attack. And I roll this with it, right? Or what does this go to damage? What is
Yeah,
this?
you can do it for
Before getting the result, you can roll it to add it to the.
Yeah, you can
You
add
have
it to an ability
advantage.
check, attack roll, or saving throw. So
You have advantage too.
Yeah, you have
Not-
advantage.
How do I have advantage? Oh, I do have advantage.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we'll save that for the damage then.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Guiding
because of
bolt.
the because guiding bolt. Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
All right, well, that's a 15 for the first swing, and woo, 16. So 23 for the first hits.
Okay, yeah, 23 will hit.
Yep. here
Roll
we
that
go.
damage.
Rerolling that one. It's a 1, so that sucks. So minimal damage, so that's 3 damage. We're gonna wait for the second attack before I use that.
3 damage plus
3
your
plus
strength.
4, so 7 damage.
7 damage.
Yeah.
All right. All right, it's looking hurt.
Second attack, which do I still get advantage or no?
No, it's just the first attack after what
Gotcha.
she does.
All right, second attack. Here we go.
I'm
That
gonna
one.
assume you're gonna use the inspiration.
We're
die?
gonna use the inspiration because that was a 4 on dice plus 3, so 7 plus 7, 14.
That will just hit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just in case.
Yeah, I might, depending on how much damage this comes out to. Real rolling ones. For 7 plus 4, so 11 more damage.
And are we adding a smite?
Are we adding a smite?
Might as well.
Hey, chat, am I adding a smite? Yeah,
Probably.
probably.
There's gonna be a delay.
Yeah.
Oh, there is going to be a delay?
Yeah.
Alright, screw it. I'm just going to go read their minds. Yes, we're smiting. We're just going to do a level 1 this time.
All right. Swing that smite.
Ooh, damn. Yeah, that's going to be for 15 more damage.
Ooh. All right. With that,
And hang on, I got a sound effect for it too this time, actually. Because I said it had a bull roar. Just, more elongated.
Yeah, there you go.
all right. So, as you swing through, you slash once. You see this massive gap opening in the tentacle, and then as it's going to retaliate and slam back onto the ship, you look up. Your axe starting to glow with a
Greatsword.
furious. Sorry, greatsword. I thought
Greatsword.
it said axe. My apologies.
Well, she said bad axe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your greatsword glowing with a bright, almost crimson-colored aura as you slice straight through, almost like a hot knife through butter. As the tentacle slams into the water and the rest of the stump dips back down.
Nice.
For glory, my friends! Where's the rest of it?
Oh no.
All right. Anything else for your turn?
That was my free action right
Better
there,
than
so.
Okay.
Black.
As you notice, the water is still churning. Almost as if whatever is doing this hasn't stopped.
Oh boy.
I'm not
I'm
going
gonna get
down
what
there.
I'm gonna get what I asked for it, aren't I?
And then,
Yeah, where's the rest of it? 10 more.
let me see here, 9. So we go back up to top of turn order. Strella. The waters have not calmed.
I can't see I can't see it, so. Can I make a perception check? Look for in the water or no?
You may with disadvantage as this is choppy water.
Okay. Isn't it? Alright, disadvantage. 6. 2.
2.
Actually, I'll do psionic. Actually, no, I don't. Actually, no, it doesn't matter.
Is
Okay.
it like an area effect kind of thing?
What? Psionic bolt? Oh no, it just gives me a D8 to add to my
No, the waters are too choppy to see what's underneath there. You can see some of the black ichor-like blood floating around the ship from the tentacles, but you can't get an idea of what's down there, if anything is.
And so I'm going to go ahead and move a little bit to the center.
Okay.
And I'll keep my eye on it.
Alright. Alright, next up, we then have Linus.
Alright, so I'm gonna take and is there any like a bucket or something like that? Do we need to start like bailing out?
It's getting bad, but it's not bad.
Not there
it's
yet.
not flooding yet.
Alright, so I'm gonna take and I'm gonna move over to this side and I'm gonna hold my action, see if someone takes and tries to like pop up out of the water, but I'm also going to take in as a bonus action, I'm going to use spend a key point and use basic defense.
Okay.
Ooh.
Alright.
So, and just I'm gonna free action, I'm gonna take and just yell at everybody just like, he ain't out of this yet. Keep your heads on a swivel.
Alright. It is now Eddie's turn. I'm going to try and get y'all out of here. That's a lot better than earlier. With a 21. Actually, no, 16 plus 6, so 23. He basically finally feels like he can break free since the tentacles are now down. He now goes a bit more reckless to get out of there. And you can start to feel the boat going a lot faster than it normally does.
There we go.
I might have to use a couple more magic cells for this, but it's worth it.
Do it!
Whatever gets us out of here.
And he's the boat's booking it. But it seems like the waters are still churning near the boat.
Eddie, is it possible for us to give you one of our spells in order to go and make this boat go faster?
You
Or
have
that...
to ask that on your turn.
Oh, okay, shit.
It's all good. Remember, this is all happening within 6 seconds.
You got it. I don't know if we're out of combat or not.
Nope, not yet.
Oh, yay.
Have
All
you
right,
heard the
Evangeline.
music stop?
What?
I was saying, have you heard the music stop?
Have you heard the liar? I haven't heard the liar yet.
What do
All
I hear,
right,
boss?
Evangeline. why do I hear Latin?
I'm gonna see if I can do perception, but I'm not really expecting very much.
You're gonna try to look underneath the water, or what are you looking
For
for?
any sort of movement that more tentacles might spring up or anything like that.
Okay, go ahead and roll me perception with disadvantage as you're trying to look underneath the waters.
I'm just trying to see movement above the water, like anything trying to.
Oh, you're trying to look above the horizon of the water? Okay, then just roll me a normal perception check.
See what breaks the attention.
Dire roll.
Dire roll.
Dire roll! Dire roll! Dire roll! Dire roll! Dire roll! Dire roll! Dire roll!
Roll it.
Dire roll! Woo! For those of you who are watching, this is our very first natural one on the dire roll. The natural one on the dire roll is the best thing that you can get in this game. As it will give you an
Sorry.
as it will give you an automatic success in the skill check that you are trying. So, essentially it takes the odds of rolling a nat 1, doubles them to make it even that much harder, but if you roll a nat 1 on our dire roll, you succeed. As your bad luck turns so bad that you pass. It's like guessing on every test, or question on a test, and getting 100 at the end of it. So, with that,
What do I notice?
Oh, God.
you can notice that you're looking around and you can't really tell anything's happening there. It looks just like the waters are as bad as they've always been. But as the waters are turning, your foot kind of gives out from underneath you with the water. As you're not too used to sailing, so your ship legs haven't set in. And as you slam into your seat, you get a moment of clarity as you say hello to your old friend the pole. And as you're trying to come back through, you can start to see air bubbles surfacing. More and more and more and more until it's looking like a
Guys?
cauldron that's boiling.
Guys, we got a problem.
And it's coming from the back of the ship.
It's back here.
Wonderful. Push you off.
Alright. And it's now John's turn, and he's like, well, I'm glad I'm up here then.
Go kill somebody from Russia. Just for glory.
As the bubbles start to happen, you'll at least kind of be able to look. As the bubbles start to form heavier and heavier and heavier and heavier, until it looks like there's this bubble that's pushing up out of the water.
Oh.
And surfacing.
Growing pressure.
Yikers.
Keeps
As it
going.
causes a large wave to surface from behind the ship.
Oh.
It's a crazy.
23. Eddie's able to keep a hold of the ship.
Holy shit. Who wants to see me?
Surfacing with him.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
That's a lot of time.
As it begins to barrel over the ship
I've
itself.
had nightmares that started out like this.
How did it end?
I got you did.
Luckily for
My
you,
pillow.
you encountered him on your way to Drake, who has some of the best Coast Guard. As this kraken fully surfaces, you notice this yellow and green pattern along its chest, almost like you would see on a cobra's hood. It's specifically designed, but you can't place your face on, or you can't place your brain on what exactly it looks like at first. If each of you want to give me a either religion check or a base perception check.
What's my religion? My religion and shit. That's what
Religion or
Religion and-
perception, you said?
Religion or perception.
are about the
Okay, roll
same.
perception. 13.
15.
14.
25.
Holy shit!
What are you rolling for, Ashley? In religion or perception?
Perception. And
Okay.
that's a 9.
Okay, so anyone, if you got above an 18 or above, raise your hand. All right. You get the best look on it, and it almost looks like a tendrilled face. So, as this creature surfaces and is barreling over onto the ship, you hear what sounds like something fast moving through the wind, even cutting through the noise of the ocean itself. Yeah, the three who are at the front of the ship not looking at this thing can actually make perception checks. John, he's too busy looking at the kraken. Molly sees it. And Eddie, with his background, will see it. As this thing's about to barrel down onto the ship, a certain something held its action. As John's panicking about the kraken at the back of the ship, you can hear the guttural laugh of Eddie, and you would recognize the high-pitched cry of Molly as she's not aware of what's going on at this moment. But you can hear Eddie at the wheel. This is why I love Drake! As flying in, as part of the Coast Guard of Drake,
Holy
is
shit!
a Jade Dragon.
Yeah!
Who is going to give Eddie a chance to get away. Piloting for 22. So, the Jade Dragon comes swooping in as Eddie bears out of there. And these two get locked into combat as they disappear upon the horizon as the waters start to get less and less choppy.
Wait, no, take me back for glory!
Take me back.
Fuck that!
Chill.
Trust me, we did not want to stay there.
No, we didn't.
No, no.
I'm just gonna walk up to Roll. I'm just gonna go. There's glory in fighting more battles than that one.
Yeah.
Louis, like, raise your voice just a bit more so they can actually pick you up on the mic.
Just there's glory in fighting more battles like that one.
Yeah. And I did get 2 tentacles.
That you did. Well, I'd say so far you've earned your keep.
This thing gonna hold together enough for us to get to shore?
Oh yeah, there's more duct tape than this thing can fall apart on.
How much damage did you take? Okay, I know you took some damage. You took a ton, right?
I'm good, actually.
Cool. I'm gonna walk over to Evangeline and put a hand on her and a hand on myself, and I'm gonna give what I got, like a 25, I think is what I have.
4 times
Should,
your
yeah.
paladin, yeah.
Yeah, so 25. So I'm gonna give 13 to you and 12 to me.
All right. Thank
Uh,
you.
Oh.
Right.
Uh,
I did not like
I
that.
took over half my health. By the way.
I did not like that. I did not like that. I like calamari, but I don't like that.
What about those
Well.
tentacles?
At least we got away.
Yeah.
That's the good part.
that is the good thing.
And as y'all are making more and more distance, where maybe at this point you can hear in the distance the roars going on, you can notice the sky is getting more and more clear. Almost as if whatever that was back there was causing this. You would quickly learn that it's called a kraken, as Eddie begins to basically tell y'all that it roams the ocean around Sturkt.
It's one of the rarest predators to come across.
For reference, I had to roll 2 net ones.
Oh, shit.
So whenever I had
We're
the ocean,
that unlucky.
yeah, I mean,
I rolled 2 net ones in a row.
We don't
Twice.
It's one of the rarest predators that exists in these oceans. The one thing that none of us sailors can quite understand is why it has a marking on its belly. You know, normally creatures have markings to either scare predators away or to imitate or to impress a mate. The only issue is we have yet to see a kraken mate, and from what we've been told, they're asexual creatures. So that just leaves one question in most sailors' minds. What's more terrifying than a kraken for it to have a symbol on its chest to mimic it?
Yeah, no, not thinking about that.
I'm not.
do you say that as roll?
Yes.
I'm not drunk enough for that.
No, that's fair enough. Trust me,
Probably
it's
a dragon.
the fact that we survived.
It's
and
fighting a dragon.
he's doing a.
Exactly.
He looks over to you, Rolt, since you're just large enough to reach the
Would be
steering
easy.
wheel and all the mechanisms.
Could you just hold this straight for me? I need to do a maintenance check on the ship.
Of course.
Thank you. None of you would happen to be artificers, would you?
No.
No.
Yeah, fortunately not.
No, right, no worries. Any of you particularly smart?
Eh?
I don't know.
Depends on your version of smart.
Well, at least you're tough.
Hold on.
Depends.
So
what
he's
you
gonna
need to do.
use his
What kind of smarts are you?
ship captain back.
Reading.
I don't think I have either one.
I have a
I
15
don't.
intelligence. I have
Yeah,
15
proficient with-
intelligence.
I mean, I can.
Okay. If you want, you can do an intelligence check just to try and check the ship.
What are you proficient
Okay.
Oh, and
Would I be using insight?
It would just be base intelligence.
Base intelligence?
I
Okay.
think we can all help. I have 12.
There's other numbers, you know.
What'd you roll? What'd she roll?
Base intelligence.
That's
It's
yeah.
5 total. She rolled 3 on the die.
It's alright. He's able to kind of. That box is gonna be full by the end of all this.
Not my dice, though.
I know. I'm surprised. So
I'm running out of D20s.
Eddie looks over to you, Evangeline, Actually, hold on.
You can roll any of these
Just
if
a
you would
second.
like.
I can
Okay.
roll the dire roll for.
That's just
Right.
looking around. All right.
These are grounded.
So you might not know what you're looking at exactly. Like you can see there's damage on the ship. But you're gonna hear the voice in your head.
Okay.
You're overlooking some of the main structural damage to a hole there. If you just look more to your left.
Other left.
And when you look, you're gonna notice that there's some considerable damage done to the stern of the stern hull of the ship. You find anything over there? Looks like we got kind of all right here at the front of the ship.
The stern is really damaged.
Oh, good catch. As
Thanks
you've
for
kind of
that.
grown up with the spirit, but you've never really spent much time on ships. Just know if you need anything as far as ships go, most nobles were raised to be sailors.
Oh.
At least where I'm from.
Where are you? Where are you from?
We'll discuss it at a later time.
Okay.
And so-
Thickens.
Only session 2, holy crap!
I almost messed up and said, "Where are you?" out loud.
Yeah, where are you from? Well, I'm from Sliced.
I was like, "Where are?" Wait, hold on.
Everyone's just be like, oh, I'm from.
everywhere.
Yeah. And so with that, he is able to, since he was trusting you to look at the backside of the boat, he wasn't going to put too much effort in it. But because of you calling it out, you did catch what would have eventually become a major leak before you would have made land.
Okay.
And so he's basically spending the rest of the day and into the late evening, even though it's by the time all the conflict is done, you're in safe waters. It's about 6 in the morning. He's spending all day and late into the evening fixing this hole while you're out in the water.
Anybody got mending?
I do not.
I'm a rogue, man. Yeah.
I think I can.
Monks don't mend; they break.
Yep.
I punched things.
Well, I mean, if they're the way of mercy, but it's all right. I have plenty of patching kits here. It'll hold till we make dock. For reference, ships start to take on water once they hit half health. This ship only had about 25 HP left
Oh, damn.
before it would have started sinking.
Nice.
So basically, it's probably one more.
Besides, men wouldn't really do
Pretty
too
much.
I need a greater man.
Yeah.
You like that, man.
Oh.
Mending would not work for a ship anyway.
Mending does.
A little at a time.
Mending,
A
so
single break or tear in an object you touch.
yeah,
What's
so you could start
that
fixing the
Midnight
minor damages and
time.
stuff like that while he focuses on the main ones.
Okay.
It's like fixing
So.
a ship.
You're not fixing the ship, you're fixing the boards.
Yeah,
I mean, I can meditate and get mending.
if you want to help him, he's spending roughly 12 hours on doing this to
Yeah, pray for an hour.
make
and
it
get
ship
mending.
worthy. Yeah, if you want to, you can use an hour for meditation and.
Yeah, I'll do
Shout
that.
everyone taking short rests.
Yeah, I was about to say, if you've taken any damage, you'll get the effects of a short rest.
Yep.
Everyone else, if you're just kind of laying back and like trying to sleep, take the rest of your sleep, you'll get the effects of a long rest.
Good night, everyone.
I am gonna
I'm going to
meditate.
take a long rest.
I didn't take anything, and I
So
didn't
you get the
use
effects of a
anything.
short rest.
So I get to use some hit dice.
Yes.
Cool. What do I have right now?
So,
Let's do
by
that.
the evening, you are able to feel a bit more safe as you know that there's extra eyes watching you in these waters. And you're able to each fall asleep. Don't worry about rolling it, roll.
Oh, okay.
And you will get the effects of one more long rest.
Damn it, it was a 10 too.
As day breaks,
That works too.
you hear Eddie, not panicked, but hollering to wake everybody up. As you hear him, land ho!
I get up and I run to the front of the ship.
Okay.
I just cracked my neck.
As You can see the primary coast of Drake coming into focus. You can see luscious green tropical forests dotting the coastline. You can see possible clearings of what could be for either small towns, villages, or even major cities as you get closer and closer, dotting through the front of the coast and up through the mountain. It's almost as if most countries are used to a breeze coming in and pushing in. It almost feels like there's a breeze pushing down from the mountain and onto the ocean itself. Because of that, a lot of people who've done any sailing or anything always had a hard time sailing up to Drake. But because of the advances in artificy with more modernized motored boats, they're able to go through it without having to worry about tops capsizing so much.
You've reached it out.
Do it?
You've reached it out.
All right. So, with that, you reach the dock of Rock. And there's quite a few ships here. It seems like this is the most popular port as far as trade or shipping goes. But you can definitely tell that your ship is the smallest ship out of everyone else here. As you can see, royal frigates as well as major trading vessels.
I put my hood up.
Okay. So, you do pull up to a shorter dock, which is meant for more personal boats or smaller ships.
Alright, well, it's my ship, so I'll handle any docking fees. We'll be here for a while. Give me a moment to take some goods over to a couple of the businesses we deal with, and then we can move on from there.
So, with that, the expanse of rock lays in front of you. As you're used to more contemporary boards that have whitewashed outings to deal with any fire or major damage from the elements, with nice red-coated clay tiling, ceilings, or roofing from Mechanus. But when you come up to here, it almost looks like each building was hand-carved out of marble itself, as if the mountain was carved back to form these cities. And with that, we'll call it a close for tonight.
Oh.
Next session we'll pick up with Rock and what mysteries lie within the city.
Yeah.
So, before we go, just a reminder, the VOD will be uploaded by Monday. We try to get up there by 12 p.m. CST. So be looking forward to that. If you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube, go ahead and hit the link in our bio here on Twitch. It'll take you right over to it. And we appreciate each of you coming out tonight. Have a great night. And remember, nat 20s might be sweet, but natural ones can be all the sweeter. Let's hit that intro as we go.
Yeah!